strikes. Here comes the 2-2 home. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. 9 strikeouts for Zach Iverson. This kid is ridiculous out there on the mound.
Zion Avery deep out into left center field. Back at the wall. You forget that. That is way out of here.
That ball is roped out into left field. It is deep and it will get out of here for a homer. Daniel Cruz flips the bat. His second home run on the season.
Lines this one deep out into the outfield. Back at the wall. It is out of here. Grand slam, Sebastian Fabig.
Copperheads Baseball is presented by Ohio Health and by Ambassador Laundry, Athens Chambers of Commerce, Athens County Convention and Visitors Bureau, The Cat's Eye, Classic Brands, Donato's Pizza, Dan Inman Electric, Echoing Hills, Edward Jones, Fall Green Moretime, Holiday Inn Express, Jackie O's, Kona Ice, Rocky Brands, Stephanie Wood and Ohio Realty, Shauna Stump, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh, Union Street Diner, Ohio University Credit Union, and Wendy's.
Live from Bob Wren Stadium on the campus of Ohio University in Athens, Ohio, this is Copperheads Baseball. The Southern Ohio Copperheads with a record of 19-15 go against the Xenia Scouts, one game under 500 at 17-18. The Scouts 3 games back on the first place team. Two-way tie between the Licking County Settlers and the Cincinnati Steam. Copperheads just a half game back and oh so close to the number 1 seed. Hello and welcome into the broadcast. I'm Connor Mills alongside Joe Medore and Joey. Copperheads are sending a man, Jack Bennett, to the mound. They sent him against the Hamilton Joes, had a quality start out of John Carroll University, and they're sending him out there again today against the Xenia Scouts.
Well, we got them their only win on the season against the Hamilton Joes. Won 7 strong innings, only allowing a run, shutting down a very tough lineup. As he'll get the ball again in this one, as we've seen a lot of good starts as of late. From Braxton Kelly, Zach Iverson's been stellar all season long, so see if Bennett can build off what he did in the last start and continue to throw strikes and get guys out. And, you know, Copperheads, they win here tonight, and based on what some other results could be, they could find themselves in first place by the time it's all said and done tonight. So very exciting. Of course, they got to handle the job first, winning their own game, and then they can scoreboard watch later.
Well, they can scoreboard watch later, but we'll be scoreboard watching all throughout the broadcast, keeping updated what's going on in the South Division of the GLSCL. As it stands right now in the South Division, Cincinnati Steam and the Licking County Settlers tied in first place, both with a record of 20-15. Copperheads a half game back, 19-15. Then the Hamilton Joes are down. They're in fourth place right now. Copperheads, they're in third. If they hold on to third, keep on winning, they control their own destiny into the postseason with a chance to move up to second or first. With the Hamilton Joes 18-15, Xenia Scouts 17-18, and then the Richmond Jazz in the basement of the Southern Division at 12-22. An exciting day on hand. Copperheads looking to get the sweep against the Xenia Scouts and go 4-1 over them, 5-1. Looking for their 6th win. Looking for their 5th win over the Xenia Scouts here in today's ball game. Cool temperature today. Partly cloudy skies. Blue skies ahead. Copperheads baseball coming up after the first pitch and national anthem. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic Brands, Budweiser, and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieO's.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the Tap Room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with Ohio Realty, she will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Snyder, Fuller & Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give us a call at 594-8385.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Back here at Bob Wren Stadium, 87 degrees out. Partly cloudy. Caleb Wilson sung the national anthem for the Copperheads. First pitch by Joe Anasadot. It was a dog who ran the ball all the way behind the plate, but now we'll take a look at the lineups. Joe Medor running through him.
With Brett Williams leading off for the Scouts, followed by Jared Eaton batting second, Logan Matson batting third. In cleanup is Hunter Delanoy batting fifth, Steve Saunders sixth, Cody Kankler seventh, Jackson Henderson eighth, Alan Goodwin, and ninth will be Brandon Wilson Jr. for the Scouts lineup. For the Copperheads, Jared Hurd leading off, playing left field. Second straight game he's batted in the leadoff spot. Zach Iverson DHing. Batting second, Sebastian Fabic in right field, batting third. Batting cleanup at first base, Tanner Glass. Batting fifth behind the dish, Tanner Johnson. Batting sixth at short, Phil Glasser. Seventh at third base, Daniel Cruz. Eighth at second base, Kyle Gamm and Lucas DeSanti rounding out the order. Batting ninth in center field, Jack Bennett on the mound for the Copperheads in this one, and the Scouts will send out Andy Hammond.
We'll take a look around the league. As we told you we would, Cincinnati Steam 4, Richmond Jazz nothing, as that game is in the top of the second inning. Copperheads hoping for a victory out of the Richmond Jazz to get them even a little bit closer to second place and up to first. As it is time for Copperheads baseball. Leading things off for the Xenia Scouts is Brett Williams. He has been all three games in this series. Batting .310, has 40 hits and 129 at-bats, 20 runs scored, 14 RBIs, has walked 26 times and struck out 26, and has 3 doubles on the season. As the first pitch from Jack Bennett is taken in for a called strike, 0-1. Umpiring crew for today, Pat J. Atkins out in the field. Justin Mann is the man behind home plate. Bennett from the windup, the 0-1 pitch is swung on and fouled straight back, and Bennett's ahead on the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
His first start threw a lot of strike. He tops out around 88, 89 on his fastball. Has a nice slider to complement it. Did a real good job mixing up his pitches in his first start. As we mentioned, only have 1 run and 3 hits over 7 innings, striking out 8 against the Hamilton Joes.
His 0-2 pitch from Bennett, a check swing. Did he go around the check down? He did not. No swing ruled by the field umpire, Pat J. Atkins, and now the count is at 1-2.
That's a tough one. Good 0-2 pitch, though. Fastball up in the zone. Got him to think about swinging at it. Just able to keep the hands back to check his swing. But Bennett still has a couple pitches to play with, up 1-2.
The 1-2 pitch bounces in the turf to the catcher, Johnson. Puts count even at 2-2. And for Bennett on the year, a 1 ERA and 1-0 record. Got the win against the Hamilton Joes. The only pitcher to record a win of the Copperheads. This one is lined foul down the right field line and carrying over into the bullpen area for the Xenia Scouts, as the bullpen man will throw it back closer towards the press box. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. For Jack Bennett, went 7 innings against the Hamilton Joes, only allowed 3 hits, struck out 8, and walked 3 batters. This is his second start on the season, as the fastball misses outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, count is run full to the leadoff man here in the ballgame, Brett Williams. As Bennett from the windup, the payoff pitch. Swung on. This one's a shallow looper out into center field, charging hard as a center fielder, and diving and not being able to make the catch was Lucas Nasanti. He tried to backhand it while diving face first. Could not make the play. It'll be going down as a base hit for Brett Williams. Xenia Scouts as a first hit and the leadoff man of the day.
Yeah, just kind of a soft line drive out in the center field. Nasanti got a good jump on it. Came on his horse all the way in, stretched out, trying to make the catch. Just tipped off his glove. Tough play out there to make in center. So now Bennett very quickly going to have to work out of the stretch in this one.
Leadoff man on base. Now first pitch swinging is Jared Eaton. He has a base hit out into right field. And just like that, Bennett has runners on first and second base with nobody out here in the top of the first inning.
Yep, Eden coming in with an aggressive approach, gets a fastball on the first pitch right over the heart of the plate and puts a good swing on it and lines it out into right field. So Bennett got the bear down now. A couple of base runners need to try to force a ground ball here, try to get 2.
Well, that'll bring up the 3-batter of the game, Logan Matson. Matson batting an even 300 on the year, 36 hits and 120 at-bats. He has 19 RBIs, a good chance at 20 here with a runner on second base. Runners on first and second, nobody out, top of the first. As Bennett's first pitch, it's off speed and fouled straight back to the screen, 0-1. For Matson, has scored 25 runs, 6 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run. Has walked 22 times and struck out 27. Also has 9 stolen bases on the year. Bennett head in the count 0-1. Here's the pitch. A bouncing ball over towards short. Glasser has it. The turnover to Gammon at second, and the relay to first in time. 6-4-3 double play to put 2 outs on the board here in the top of the first, but moving over from second to third is Brett Williams with Hunter Delanoy at the plate.
That's a big ground ball forced there by the pitcher Bennett. That's a nice job by Glasser, ranging over deep into the hole between third and short to field it, throw on to second to get 1. A good turn by Gammon. Very close play at first, but they get him just by a half step. Help the pitcher out. Big double play there. Just 1 out away from getting out of this.
So Jack Bennett with 2 outs and a runner on third, pitching from the stretch. The first pitch to Delanoy is a good block by the catcher Johnson. Rolls a little bit up the first base line, but not far enough for Williams to try and take home. For Delanoy, batting .282. There's some extra base hit power, 5 doubles, 4 triples, and 1 home run. As the Jack Bennett 1-0 pitch, line drive out into left field and down for a base hit. It's an RBI single for Delanoy. Xenia Scouts jump out to an early 1-0 lead.
Yeah, this is good situational hitting there by Delanoy. Gets that 1-0 pitch, fastball on the outside part of the plate. Doesn't try to do too much. Just lines it out into left field for a nice, easy base hit. Run easily comes in the score, and the Scouts take an early lead in this one, much like they did in the ball game last night.
That's Steven Saunders. Copperheads have seen the power in his bat. 15 extra base hits, 13 doubles, and 2 home runs. Batting .246 as a check over to Delanoy. And he goes back standing. First pitch to Steven Saunders, hits the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1.
Thank you to that Copperheads double play. All merchandise is 10% off for the rest of the game. Go see Troy in the merchandise tent.
That's Steven Saunders, batting .246, 31 hits and 126 at-bats, 17 runs scored, 27 RBIs as he lines this one into the gap in right center field. Lucas Nasanti coming on, but he can't make the catch. He'll take it on a hop in right center field. The throw to second base. Phil Glasser has it on a hop, but the runners are at the corners for the Xenia Scouts here in the top of the first inning with 2 outs.
Yeah, Bennett's already given up more hits in this outing in this first inning than he did the entire 7 innings against the Joes. In his first start, he's kind of leaving the ball over the plate right now, and the Scouts are slapping it around a little bit, but playing back was Nasanti a little bit to keep that ball from getting into the gap and allowing Delanoy to have a shot at scoring. So you're still 1 out away, holding them just a run in this inning.
Cody Kanklertz now stands in from the right side. First pitch to Kanklertz bounces in the turf for ball 1. But for the Copperheads, it was a 6-4-3 double play, getting the 2 outs here on the top of the first inning. 1 run is already in thanks to an RBI single from Hunter Delanoy. Runners at the corners with 2 outs as Jack Bennett's pitch misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Copperheads lining up defensively. Jared Hurd out in left field. Lucas Nasanti in center. Sebastian Fabic making the start today out in right field. Daniel Cruz, why not? Keep him at third base. Has been tremendous over the past couple days as a check over to Steven Saunders. At first, he's safe. Phil Glasser, the man at short. Second most at-bats on the team. Kyle Gammon making the start at second base, and Tanner Glass at first. Jack Bennett on the mound, and Tanner Johnson behind the plate. The 2-0 pitch into Cody Kanklertz is swung on and fouled straight back over the press box. Brings the count to 2-1. Kanklertz on the season, batting .287, has 35 hits and 122 at-bats, 19 runs scored. 6 doubles, 3 home runs, 22 RBIs. That would be best for second on the team, should Kanklertz be on the Copperheads, but he's not. Second best on the Copperheads would be Jared Hurd. Another check over to Steven Saunders at first. He's safe. Count remains at 2-1 as Bennett working from the stretch. Long look into his catcher Johnson. The 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Cody Kanklertz. And now Bennett is one strike away of getting out of the top of the first inning.
Nice elevated fastball there. Gets Kankler to swing underneath it. Evens up the count at 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bennett's 2-2 pitch is taken high for ball 3. And now Steven Saunders at first base will be in motion. Nobody on second. Illinois on third. Bennett looked over to first. Now stares into the plate as a payoff pitch is swung on. It's a pop fly, foul territory. First baseman Glass should have room, and he does. Makes the catch backing up to retire the side. But not before the Xenia Scouts put up 1 on the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Copperheads bats coming to the plate for the first time today as we'll be back in the bottom of the first. Right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com. Instagram or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room in Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs, develops, and markets hardworking boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and Agent Sean.
Hey, I'm Scott Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
Copperheads coming to the plate for the first time today as it'll be Jared Hurd leading things off, bombed by Zach Iverson, and then Sebastian Fabic. Copperheads trail the Xenia Scouts 1-0. An RBI single by Hunter Delanoy put the Xenia Scouts ahead. As Jared Hurd stands in against the pitcher Andy Hammond. Hammond 3-2 on his season with a 4.2 ERA. This is his 7th start of the year. As the first pitch to Jared Hurd bounces in the turf for ball 1. 36 2/3 innings pitched for Hammond. 30 strikeouts, 8 walks, and has given up 39 hits. At the plate is Jared Hurd, and Hurd, thanks to a little stats boost as he swings and fouls it off towards the right side and down the line, foul. Statistical error for Hurd coming into the day, as the game on the 29th was not scored. Scored only 8 batters, but you need 9 to play the fields. Don't need 9, but it would be nice. As 1-1 pitch from Hammond misses outside to Hurd. But Hurd originally was 290, is now batting at 308. 20 hits, 65 at-bats, 15 runs scored. So Hurd has just been on a tear as of late as he swings and pops one up towards the left side, ranging under to left fielder Henderson. He takes a couple steps in, makes a one-hand catch on his left side, and for the first out here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, Hurd put a solid swing on that ball. Just got a little bit underneath it, trying to shoot it the other way. Out towards the left fielder Henderson. He makes an easy play. As Hammond, this is his second start on the year against the Copperheads. He picked up the win his last time, going 7 innings. Giving up 5 runs on 8 hits. Didn't have the best start, but he did enough to help his team win. This is the sole time that the Scouts defeated the Copperheads so far this season.
First pitch to Zach Iverson from Andy Hammond. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Iverson on the season batting .329, has 26 hits and 79 at-bats. 14 runs, 13 RBIs with 5 extra base hits, 4 doubles and a home run. As the 0-1 pitch from Hammond bounces in the turf and misses for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 12 walks and 20 strikeouts for Zach Iverson as he had something in his eye. Tried to clear it out. He's ready, stands back into the left-handed batter's box. Hammond pitching from the stretch, comes set. And the 1-1 pitch is a line drive foul down the left field line. And goes out of play, counts at 1-2. One and two the count with 1 out. The pitch to Iverson is a slow roller up the first base line, but goes right of the line and foul. Count remains at 1-2. But for Iverson, has been excellent on the mound for the Copperheads, a 0.93 ERA, best in the GLSCL. 52 strikeouts, good for second in the GLSCL. Has only walked 7 batters. So Iverson getting the job done at the plate as well on the mound. The 1-2 from Hammond, line drive through the hole on the right side and in for a base hit. Iverson took the high fastball and smashed it into right for the first Copperheads hit of the ballgame.
Yeah, Hammond, that 2-strike pitch caught too much of the plate. Iverson, of course, swinging at anything close in that situation. Ropes that one out in the right field, got the hands inside the ball to get the first hit of the ballgame.
Now bring up one of the most dangerous hitters in the GLSCL all season long in Sebastian Fabic. Fabic took an 0-for against the Xenia Scouts in Game 1 of this series, went 0-for-6. Has the first pitch to Sebastian, misses high for a ball, 1-0. But Fabic batting .363, still in search for his 50th hit. Be the most hits in the league. 149 and 135 as a 1-0 pitch, a swung and a miss by Fabic. Brings count even at 1-1.
Yeah, probably one of the toughest days we saw Sebastian have at the plate this season. Got a well-deserved day off yesterday. He's been in the lineup a lot over these past couple weeks.
Most at-bats in the Copperheads lineup as a 1-1 is a bouncing ball up and towards second base. Taken behind the bag is the second baseman Williams. The ball is dropped over at first for the double play as Dillinois can't hang on to it. But it's a ball that was hit behind second base to Williams, the shortstop, flipped it over to Matson for the first out, and Matson could not throw accurately over to first. And now they're 2 away here in the bottom of the first inning.
Well, accurate throwing out, that ball wasn't going to get Sebastian Fabic at first base. Really took a long time up the middle for Williams and Matson to decide if Williams was going to take it to the bag himself or flip it to him. And, you know, you give up that whole second there. Sebastian Fabic's running that entire time.
Fabic takes his lead off first. Throw goes to the plate as Tanner Glass takes it high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes.
So it ends up coming back to haunt them as the inning will stay alive. Could have had an inning-ending double play.
Could have shifted the momentum. But Scouts, they have a 1-0 lead, 1 run on 4 hits happening in the top of the first inning. Bennett giving up the most hits he's allowed in a game. As the 1-0 pitch is swung on, it's a fly ball down the right field line, moving over is Saunders, but he'll run out of room as that ball is out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike to Tanner Glass, and Glass in the cleanup spot, batting .264. 14 hits on the season, 53 at-bats, 12 runs scored, 8 RBIs, and has 3 doubles so far. Fabic on the move as the ball is swung on and fouled straight back. Counts at 1-2. A little hit and run action from manager Austin Dunphy.
Yeah, not sure if that was called or not, as Fabic looked like he was trying to swipe the bag from the get-go, but Glass got a pitch he liked, tried to turn it around, ended up fouling it off. Gonna have to protect now with 2 strikes. See if Fabic's on the move again at first.
1-2 the count, and now Fabic not even a step off of first. He just puts his leg right back on the base as he's safe over on the check over from Hammond. Andy Hammond had in the count 1-2. The pitch taken outside and dropped by the catcher Goodwin for ball 2. But 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here on the bottom of the first inning. Copperheads trailing the Scouts 1-0. There's a 2-2 pitch to Glass. He swung on, foul tipped into the mid of the catcher Goodwin, and the side is retired at the end of 1. It's the Xenia Scouts 1, the Southern Ohio Copperheads nothing. No runs, 1 hit, No errors, one left on base. We head to the top of the second right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. See us celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's, located off of Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood, Ohio Realty, will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home.
I'm Sebastian Fabic from Cincinnati, Ohio, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Back here at Bob Britton Stadium, Athens, Ohio, where the Xenia Scouts have a 1-0 lead over the Southern Ohio Copperheads. It'll be the bottom third of the lineup for the Xenia Scouts, led off by Jackson Henderson, then followed by Alan Goodwin and Brandon Wilson Jr. Against the starter for the Copperheads, number 27, Jack Bennett out of John Carroll University. Bennett gave up one run. He bent but did not break. On the top of the first, Brett Williams came around to score, gave up 4 hits. As the first pitch to Jackson Henderson is in for a called strike, 0-1. But for Henderson on the season, batting 167 as he grounds one over to the shortstop Phil Glasser. The throw across in time for the first out here in the top of the second inning.
Yep, nice easy play for Glasser out there at short. We've seen him eat those up all season long. Doesn't make a lot of errors. Fields it clean on the ground. Strong throw over to first. Routine out. That's a big one to get there for Bennett after getting touched up a bit in that first inning. Good to retire the leadoff batter here in the top of the second.
Well, now Alan Goodwin will stand in. Goodwin, the catcher in today's ball game for the Scouts, swings and misses at the first pitch from Bennett, 0-1. Goodwin on the year, batting 132, has 5 hits and 38 at-bats. 3 runs scored, an RBI, no extra base hits as the ball bounces into the catcher Johnson. Evens up the count at 1. 2 walks and 9 strikeouts for Goodwin. As in the last game against the Copperheads, went 1 for 4 and struck out. As a 1-1 is swung on and fouled off towards the right side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jack Bennett's ahead in the count. Goodwin also doing some pitching. Hasn't pitched since July 5th. And holds a 5.52 ERA. So not the same success that Zach Iverson's been seeing on the mound. As a 1-2 swung on, it's a pop fly onto the right side. Ranging under it is Kyle Gammon. Makes a 2-hand catch above his head for the second out. 2 up, 2 down for Jack Bennett here in the top of the second with the Copperheads trailing 1-0.
Yeah, nice little 1-2 curveball there from Bennett. Gets him to pop it up in the infield, looking a lot better than that first inning. Couple of softly hit balls for outs. 1 out away from getting the offense back in, try to even this game up.
Copperheads were in a little bit of a slump until the 5th inning. They scored 4 in the bottom of the 5th in yesterday's ball game that propelled them to a 7-5 win over the Xenia Scouts as the first pitch swung on and fouled back by Brandon Wilson Jr. for a strike, 0-1. For Wilson on the year, batting 121, 12 hits and 99 at-bats. This is his 100th. As the 0-1 pitch is a slow roller up the third baseline, stays fair. Daniel Cruz bounced it over to first, and the backhand pick, unable to get it, was Glass. Be ruled as an infield single for Brandon Wilson Jr., his first hit since July 3rd against the Copperheads.
That's a tough play. Slow roller up the third baseline. Cruz charged it when it took a perfect throw to retirement first base. Kind of let it slip out of his hand a little bit. And even if he had it on target, wasn't sure if he was going to get Wilson Jr. up the line. So tough single to give up, but still got 2 away.
Well, Jr. picks up his 13th hit of the year as the first pitch is in for a called strike to Brett Williams. Williams led off the game with a single, came around to score the game's only run. 1-0 in favor of the Xenia Scouts. Williams picked up his 21st run scored of the year. As a check over to Brandon Wilson Jr., he's backsliding. Yesterday's ball game for Brett Williams went for 4 with an RBI and a walk as the pitch misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. One the count with 2 outs. Jack Bennett, that out away from getting out of the top of the second as he checks over to first base. Wilson goes back sliding.
And not a bad pickup or pickoff move there from Bennett. Almost caught him over there at first, trying to just make sure he's awake over there. Don't want anybody getting in scoring position here with 2 outs.
1-1 ground ball to the right side, taken by the second baseman Gammon. He throws over in time. 3rd out recorded here in the top of the 2nd inning. As the Copperheads bats will come back to the plate in the home half of the 2nd. It's Xenia Scouts 1, Copperheads nothing. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all.
Ty Krinberger from Pompano, Florida. You're listening to Chet's Media.
Johnson, Glasser, Cruz all due up in the home half of the 2nd inning, with the Copperheads trailing the Xenia Scouts by a score of 1-0. Tanner Johnson, he currently holds the highest batting average, just numbers-wise, on the team. If you factor in plate appearances and everything else, Sebastian Fabic would still qualify for the team lead, but Tanner Johnson at .375 as the first pitch missed for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes.
He's come in here, done a real nice job ever since joining last week, and, of course, playing pretty much every other day with Scott Combs. But as you mentioned, .375, been swinging a hot bat since joining the team.
Johnson takes a cold strike, puts the count at 1-1. But for Tanner Johnson, 9 hits, 24 at-bats, 10 runs scored, 2 RBIs, 3 extra base hits, all for doubles, as he takes fastball in for a called strike again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out here in the bottom of the 2nd.
And, of course, he had that day back on Friday night where he got hit by 4 pitches.
So a good day off yesterday. Recuperate a little as 1-2 pitch runs inside and almost hits him, but falls a little bit low near the feet. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Helped the on-base percentage a lot that day. He got on base all 5 times.
Oh, absolutely. 2-2 the count. The pitch from Hammond swung on, and a foul ball over towards the left side rolls into the Copperheads dugout. Count remains at 2-2.
Yeah, he took something off that pitch. Johnson hung back just enough to get a piece of it and foul it down that third baseline.
But on-base percentage for Johnson at .583. So not too bad. OPS is in there as the off-speed pitch on taken outside for a ball 3. OPS of 1.083. On base plus slugging. So that's an impressive number anytime you can keep it around 800 plus. As a payoff pitch from Hammond taken, ball 4. And that on base percentage will continue to rise as Johnson gets a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Yep, nice at bat. Fell behind early, but just kept battling, fighting off pitches, and taking the ones he had to get on first base with the leadoff walk, see if they can move him around and work on evening this ball game up.
Now Glasser with the second most at-bats on the team. He's got an even 100, 26 hits in those 100 at-bats. Good for an easy math, 260. 5 doubles on the season for Glasser, 14 RBIs, and has walked 17 times, struck out 20 as Johnson checked on over at first. He goes back just standing on the bag, didn't have a large lead. But Andy Hammond, his first walk allowed. Got his first strikeout against Tanner Glass in the bottom of the first, and now Johnson goes back sliding. Just kind of lay on the rubber turf. Temperatures around 87, game time. Might be a little bit warm. As the first pitch to Phil Glasser, taken in for a called strike, 0-1. Well, Glasser's been the everyday shortstop for the majority of the season, as the 0-1 is a foul ball over towards the right side. Bounces off the green wooden wall down the line and right. As Xenia scouts will go retrieve it.
Anytime you're as solid in the field as Phil Glasser is, you'll find a spot before you're in the order. You know, the bat's been up and down this year, still around 260, not terrible. He's had some big games this season when he's had to. He's also come with some really clutch at-bats throughout the year, as you mentioned, the 14 RBIs.
Curveball misses high, puts a count of 1-2. I don't know if you caught it, but I found it interesting. The third baseman, Wilson, with 0-2, just jumped off the line and is now playing more towards short as the ball misses high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A large hole down the line if Phil Glasser is able to go the opposite way.
Yeah, Glasser's mainly been a gap-to-gap hitter so far this season. Doesn't pull or push the ball too far any certain direction.
2-2. He does go the opposite way, but it's a foul ball out of play down the left field line. Count remains tied at 2.
It's a lot of balls to left center, right center field. That's kind of where he lives and has done it all season long.
Another check over to Johnson at first. He goes back safely. Johnson only with 1 stolen base on the season. That came against the Cincinnati Steam. As a 2-2 line drive out into shallow left center field, and nobody's going to get it. A diving attempt by Henderson. He comes up empty, as now the first 2 batters have reached the base paths for the Copperheads here in the bottom of the second with nobody out.
I just mentioned he hits a gap-to-gap. That time goes to left center field. Was up there for a while, but the outfielder's playing back. It kind of split him. And they weren't really sure who to go after. Henderson tried to dive, didn't really have a shot at it though when it falls in. And now you got your first 2 on, and you got one of your RBI machines on the season this year coming up to the plate.
Well, third in the team in RBIs trails Jared Hurd. Hurd's got 22 this year. But Daniel Cruz, just a defensive mastermind, fists ones the other way out into right field. Takes a hop and right, rounding third and heading for home is Johnson. He was held up just by a little bit. A little indecision by Johnson. Didn't know if he was supposed to go or not, but regardless, he comes in to score as the ball was still out in right field. Taking second base on the throw was Daniel Cruz. It's an RBI single for Cruz, and he's tied up this ball game 1 apiece.
Well, he's been swinging a hot bat as of late, hitting a lot of balls hard. They haven't been falling in as much, but he stung that one to right field. At first, Tanner Johnson got the stop sign, but Saunders mishandled it out in right field. He gets by him. So Johnson able to come in and score to tie the ball game. Heads up base running by Cruz to take second on the throw to third. As a potential for a really big inning now for the Copperheads.
Copperheads 1, Xenia Scouts 1 is now a pop fly out into center field. Could be a sacrifice fly. Ranging under it is Eaton. Tagging at third is Phil Glasser. The throw up the first base line. Nowhere near Phil Glasser scoring. Copperheads take a 2-1 lead on a sacrifice fly from Kyle Gammon.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do too much. Likes the first pitch he sees, able to fly it out into center field. Glasser, decent speed over there at third base. Easy tag up, no chance to throw him out. Nice way to manufacture a run there. Copperheads back in front, 2-1.
First lead for the Copperheads of the day. Copperheads 2, Xenia Scouts 1. Kyle Gammon picks up his 3rd RBI of the season. It's been a short season for him. Only had 1 hit and 5 at-bats, but Lucas Nasanti will now bat in from the right side. Nasanti, a .308 hitter, as standing off the mound is Andy Hammond. Take a deep breath with only one out, and Daniel Cruz standing on second base here in the bottom of the second inning. Copperheads, they control their destiny as long as they keep on controlling and getting wins. As the first pitch is in for a called strike to Nasanti, 0-1. Nasanti, 24 hits and 78 at-bats, 16 runs scored, 12 RBIs, 4 doubles, 7 walks, and 11 strikeouts on the season for Lucas Nasanti. Third base comes up even with the grass, and now a bunt attempt by Lucas Nasanti. It's mishandled by the catcher. It's not a foul ball as Nasanti did not touch it. Taking third base on the play as it was mishandled by Goodwin was Daniel Cruz, and now the Copperheads have a runner 90 feet away from scoring here in the bottom of the second inning.
When Nasanti squared the bunt, pulled it back, and the pitch on the dirt could have threw off the catcher behind home plate there as it bounced away from him. Nice job by Cruz reading that ball in the dirt, taking third base, as now Nasanti will draw the infield in. If he can just hit one hard on the ground or hit one deep enough in the outfield, add another run in for the inning.
Infield drawn in, outfield straight away is 1-1 to Lucas Nasanti. Line drive right at the second baseman, Matson. Nasanti hit it hard, but Matson was equal to the test. Gets the second out of the inning, and they'll bring up Jared Hurd.
They hit that one right on the button, but unfortunately right at the second baseman. Matson position right there. That's a good thing Daniel Cruz froze, so he didn't end up getting doubled off from third, but now it's going to take a 2-out base hit from Jared Hurd. But, you know, he's the type of guy with how hot he's been. You can count on him to get a base hit in this situation.
Jared Hurd with 22 RBIs, smacks one, line drive, diving catch by Matson again. Matson saving an RBI single for the Xenia Scouts. The Copperheads were able to score 2 here in the bottom of the second inning as Southern Ohio takes a 2-1 lead over the Xenia Scouts. RBI single from Daniel Cruz, a sacrifice fly from Kyle Gammon. Copperheads head to the top of the third, up 2-1. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi. In addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio uptown. Learn more at Jackie O.
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the third inning, Copperheads find themselves with the lead, a 2-1 lead after an RBI single from Daniel Cruz and a sacrifice fly from Kyle Gammon puts the Cheds on top, as Jared Eaton will lead things off for the Xenia Scouts. Xenia now trailing 2-1. Matson saving more RBIs on the day. Matson ending the bottom of the second inning with a diving catch, robbing Jared Hurd of his 23rd RBI. As the first pitch to Eaton misses outside from Jack Bennett. Second pitch, line drive over the leaping glove of the first baseman Glass and down the line and right. Making the backhanded stop of Sebastian Fabic. The throw in to second is a little offline. And taking second base with the double, his 4th double of the season, is Jared Eaton.
You know, Eaton's seen the ball well off Bennett today. A couple of hard hit balls. First one was a single, but that one gets all the way down the line and into the corner. Nice job by Fabic tracking it down to hold him to just 2, because Eaton's got quick speed at that left-handed box.
It's just a 1-run lead for the Copperheads here on the top of the third, as there's a runner in scoring position for Logan Matson. Matson grounded out his last time into a 6-4-3 double play. That helped Bennett get out of the top of the first as the first pitch off speed misses inside for ball 1. Two games that will be taking place today, other than today's game in the Southern Division. It's the Cincinnati Steam and Richmond Jazz and Licking County against the Hamilton Joes. But Cincinnati relentless against the Jazz. scoring 4 runs in the top of the 4th, 3 in the top of the 2nd, and 2 in the top of the 3rd. Have held the Jazz scoreless as that game's in the top of the 4th as the second pitch misses high to Logan Matson here in today's game against the Copperheads and the Scouts. But a 9-0 lead from the Cincinnati Steam as they look to take sole possession of first place depending on what Licking County does today. Both teams are tied in first with a record of 20-15. Copperheads just a half game back at 19-15 as the 2-0 pitch is taken on the inside corner for a called strike, 2-1.
It's a nice spot there on that low and inside corner. You live there all day. Gonna be tough to hit you.
It's a Copperheads 2, the Xenia Scouts 1. Scouts with nobody out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Bennett trying to work his second scoreless as he wheels around, steps off the mound, and will keep Eaton close. Eaton didn't really even go back to the bag, takes his lead off, shaded a little bit by the light post along the third base line. As a 2-1 pitch is opposite field hitting out into right field for Logan Matson. Taking third base is Jared Eaton. He holds off there as the ball is thrown into the infield. Bennett's got it back now, but back-to-back hits for the Xenia Scouts have put runners at the corners and nobody out here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, Bennett ball just looking a little flatter than it did against that Joe's team the first time he pitched, leaving it over the middle of the plate, and Scouts aren't missing it. They're hitting the ball to all fields with some power. It's going to take some work now to get out of this inning with the lead still intact.
Not a ball game left to play. I'm sure Copperheads would trade a double play for an out. A double play for a run. As now at the plate, Hunter, Illinois, who had the RBI single, responsible for the only RBI for the Scouts on the day, takes the first pitch on the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1. But Illinois reached all the way around to third base, did not come around to score. 1 for 1 with the RBI. As Bennett's 0-1 pitch swung on a line drive deep out into left center field. Ranging back is Lucas Nasanti. It will be deep enough to score. Jared Eaton from third. Sacrifice fly for Hunter, Illinois. He's got 2 RBIs on the day, and so do the Xenia Scouts. It's now a new ball game, tied at 2.
When the ball gets hit that far, you're just happy that you get an out out of it. It's Nasanti, nice job ranging back into left center field, making that catch out on the warning track. Real good swing put on it by Delanoy. Thought it might have enough to carry over for a second, but the park holds it. And you get the first out of the inning, despite allowing them to tie the game.
2-2 now the score as first pitch swing, a hard line drive out into the Xenia Scouts bullpen. Just a loud foul ball for Steven Saunders. As Saunders had a single. Was runners at the corners in the first. He did not come around to score. But Saunders 1 for 1 today as a check over to Logan Matson. He goes back safely. But Saunders now batting .252 on the year with his 1 for 1 day so far. As Bennett from the stretch, the 0-1 off speed outside, puts count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. One the count with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. The pitch from Jack Bennett swung on and fouled off towards the left side and out of play. But for Bennett, only allowed 1 run against the Hamilton Joes in 7 innings pitched. Only gave up 3 hits, has given up 7 hits in today's ball game, and we're only 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. 1-2 the count now to Steven Saunders as another check over, and Glass thought he might have had the play made, but then he checked his glove and the ball was still sitting down on the turf. Count remains 1-2.
Yeah, Bennett's got a real nice pickoff move for a righty, pretty quick to turn around and fire that ball over there. He's had a couple of close calls so far, hasn't gotten a pickoff yet, but controlling the running game for the Scouts so far.
1-2 pitch from Bennett outside for a ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. For Saunders, 15 walks this year. Not nearly as much as Hunter, Illinois. Illinois' got 31. Batters have been very careful to Illinois all season long. 31 walks and 17 strikeouts. There's now a line drive out into right field. Sebastian Fabic was playing deep. He'll take it on 2 hops. Rounding second, a large turn. The throw into Phil Glasser almost gets away from him. He wasn't near second base, but Glasser is able to catch the throw from Fabic, and now a single here for Steven Saunders. 3 hits in the inning. And now the Xenia Scouts have 8 hits on the day, with the ball game still tied at 2.
And Bennett's really struggling through this top first 5 hitters of the order. All of them have a hit already. A couple of them have multiple, as they're hitting the ball hard.
Cody Kanklerts, who ended the top of the first inning, his first time up, swings now a bouncing ball through the hole right up the middle. Rounding third and heading for home is Logan Matson. The throw will not be made. It's an RBI single for Cody Kanklerts, and just like that, the Xenia Scouts have gone back on top. It's now the Scouts 3, the Copperheads 2.
Well, doing a nice job stringing hits together. No extra base hits besides the leadoff double from Eaton. Just a lot of singles in a row. As they're coming in aggressive, they're swinging early and often, trying to catch the first pitch fastball from Bennett. As you wonder if you need to start mixing up a little bit, throwing in some first pitch breaking balls, because right now they're on him at the plate.
A 3-2 lead for the Xenia Scouts here in the top of the third inning. Scouts have put 2 up on the board as a check over to Kanklerts at first. There'll be Jackson Henderson at the plate. Henderson bats from the right side. Grounded out to Phil Glasser's first time up, a 6-3 putout. But he's got runners at the corners here in the top of the third. First pitch, breaking ball in for a swing and a miss. 0-1. But 0-1 the count to Jackson Henderson. As now the 0-1 pitch hits the outside corner. And now Bennett's ahead of the count. 0-2.
Yeah, that's where you want to spot that fastball right there on the outside part of the plate. Not much the batter can do with it, even if he does opt to swing. But now way ahead 0-2.
The 0-2 pitch swung on, just fouled off. And a good thing, too, is that ball got away from the catcher, Johnson. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Now for Jackson Henderson, came into the day batting 167. Took an 0 for in yesterday's game, went 0 for 4. Bennett elects to throw a little bit high to a leaping Tanner Glass. Glass secures it, throws it back to the mound. Ball almost gets away, and that would have brought in another run. As standing on third is Steven Saunders. The 0-2 pitch swung on, a bouncing ball and 1 hop to Phil Glasser. Could be 2. Gammon has it. The throw is not in time. And instead of a double play, it will just be an RBI ground out for Jackson Henderson. 1 run comes in to score. It's now 4-2 in favor of the Xenia Scouts.
Well, look at Glasser. Didn't know if he got it cleanly at first. Kind of looked down in his glove when he first fielded it. Flipped it on the Gammon for the first out, but Henderson was moving pretty good up the line. Just unable to turn 2. Scouts now double their lead, 4-2.
4-2 lead, Xenia Scouts. Copperhead scored 2 in the bottom of the second. And now a pickoff move. This one gets Jackson Henderson. And to get the third out here in the top of the third inning, but not before the Xenia Scouts put up a 3 spot on Jack Bennett in today's ball game. It's the Xenia Scouts 4, the Copperheads 2. Copperheads come to the plate when we return. Right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Rocky Brands is so much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women, footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University.
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Bottom of the third inning here at Bob Wren Stadium. Xenia Scouts put up 3 in the top of the third to take a 4-2 lead in today's ball game. It will be for the Copperheads, Zach Iverson leading things off, and Iverson has since changed his walk-up song. I don't remember what it was now, but now it's, the third or fourth remix of Old Town Road?
Third.
How many more are there going to be?
I mean, the new one seems to always be better than the last, so.
Yeah. Mason Ramsey now in this one as the first pitch is taken for a ball, 1-0.
Yes, sir.
1-0 the count with nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning. Zach Iverson swings through the fastball from Andy Hammond, who now finds himself with a lead. 1-1, and now I guess Zach Iverson's looking for a little bit more pine tar. He is. 1-1 the count. Iverson, his last at bat, had the first hit for the Copperheads before they scored 2 in the bottom of the second inning. It was a single out into right field. 1-1 the count. Hammond from the stretch. The pitch bounces in. 2 balls and 1 strike. Iverson now with a .338 batting average. That rose from .329 earlier today. The 2-1 from Hammond. A swing and a foul ball off towards the left side and over the press box out of play.
Another peek of that Jazz Steam game. Steam up 9-1 in the bottom of the fourth inning. As the Jazz do finally answer. It was a similar score last night. Steam came all the way back and won 12-9 over the Jazz when the Jazz were winning 8-1, I believe, at one point in that game.
You never know. History could repeat itself as Zach Iverson fouls it off towards the left side and out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Copperheads would enjoy it if the Richmond Jazz could knock off the Cincinnati Steam in today's game. Copperheads, of course, have to take care of business here at Bob Wren Stadium. They trail by 2 runs. But the leadoff man here in the bottom of the third. 2-2 pitch to Zach Iverson, misses high. Count is run full to Iverson. In the bottom of the second inning, Tanner Johnson walked. Johnson came around to score. That started the 2 runs in the bottom half. History could repeat as the 3-2 is taken high. And just like the start of the bottom of the second, Zach Iverson will take a walk.
Yep, good at bat. Similar to Tanner Johnson. He worked a full count, saw a lot of pitches through the walk. As you got the middle of the order coming up now after a leadoff walk, which is exactly what you want. You have Fabic, Glass, and Johnson. Some of your hotter bats in the order coming up. Try to move Iverson around and get those couple runs back that you gave up in the top of the third.
Well, Sebastian Fabic rounded out into a fielder's choice his last time up, 6-4. So he'll try to get a hit off of Andy Hammond here. First pitch to Fabic, swings, and he pops it up over towards the right side down the right field line and goes over the bullpen for the Xenia Scouts, 0-1. And another update from the Steam Jazz game. Now the Richmond Jazz have put up 2 in the bottom of the fourth.
The comeback is on.
It ain't over till it's over, and a lot of baseball left to play in that game. Here today, Scouts have a 4-2 lead over the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Copperheads only with 3 hits so far. The Scouts already 9 hits on the game. 0-1 the count to Sebastian Fabic, and the pitch from Hammond taken in for a called strike. Fabic's behind in the count, 0-2.
Fabic's had his struggles over these past couple games. At the plate, hitless, 0 for 6 in the first ball game against his team. He's got to settle down
As the 0-2 pitch to Fabic, a line drive deep out into left field, back at the wall, at the warning track, looking up and making the catch is the left fielder Henderson on the warning track. Iverson will have to take a slow trot back over to first base. Sebastian Fabic just missed a home run there. Would have been his third. But instead, Fabic will just go back to the bench and now bring up Tanner Glass.
Well, that was a hanger from Hammond, and Fabic drove it a long way out there, but just hung up enough time on the warning track for Henderson to range back and make the catch long out number one of the inning.
The one out here in the bottom of the third. As the first pitch to Glass, swinging and fouling it off towards Austin Dunphy in the third base coach's box. 0-1. Glass is the only strikeout victim of today's game for either side. There's the 0-1 pitch to Glass, another ball that is almost identical. This one a little bit more left than the ball was that was touched by Austin Dunphy. 0-2.
Well, he's throwing him back-to-back curveballs here. Got him out in front of both of them. See if he tries to speed him up here with an 0-2 fastball.
And he does. This one is bounced over to Tanner Johnson, who's in the on-deck circle, makes a bare hand play. Just for a foul ball, though. 0-2, the count remains with the runner on first. It was a leadoff walk by Zach Iverson. Sebastian Fabic had a deep out to left field. And now the 0-2 pitch from Hammond. Another foul ball from Tanner Glass. Glass has fouled off 4 straight. From the stretch, Andy Hammond looks into his catcher Goodwin. The 0-2 pitch taken high. Ball 1.
Good take there from Glass. A lot of guys like to chase that high fastball with 2 strikes, but he watched it all the way in and took it, earned himself another pitch.
The 1-2 to Tanner Glass. It's another foul ball. 5 foul balls in the at-bat and 1 ball pitched. It was a high fastball that Tanner Glass did not offer at, but every single strike and every single foul ball he's been swinging. Check back over to Zach Iverson. He goes back head first sliding. It was a nifty pickoff move from Jack Bennett to end the top of the third. The Xenia Scouts had already put on 3 as the fastball misses inside to Tanner Glass. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Close pitch there on the 1-2, just taken inside by Glass. Not swinging any pitch outside of the zone in this at-bat, keeps fighting.
The 2-2 swings at a just a bit high fastball. He bats it even higher behind the press box and out of play. 2-2 the count with 1 down. As Tanner Glass working himself a quality at bat. The 2-2 taken high, and now he's worked it full. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out in the bottom of the third inning. Copperheads trailing the Xenia Scouts 4-2. As a 3-2 pitch, a bouncing ball over towards the shortstop, Williams. He steps on the bag himself, throws it over to first for the 6-3 double play, and the side is retired. Well, it was a good at-bat work by Tanner Glass, and unfortunate results for the Copperheads as they head to the top of the 4th, trailing the Xenia Scouts 4-2. We'll throw it over to Joey Medora for the play-by-play duties in the middle innings, and we'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato's your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-592-5049 or order online at Donato.
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
Well, it's the top of the fourth inning here at Bob Wren Stadium. 4-2 lead for the Xenia Scouts. And I'm sure Jack Bennett would like to use a mulligan on that top of the third inning where he gave up 3 runs to give the Scouts the lead 4-2 as the Copperheads took a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the second, scoring 2 runs, 1 an RBI single by Daniel Cruz and a sac fly from Kyle Gammon as the first pitch of the inning comes in low for a ball, breaking ball, 1-0. This will be the catcher, Alan Goodwin, leading off the inning, followed by Brandon Wilson Jr., then back to the top, Brett Williams. As 1-0 pitch into Goodwin is swung on and chopped slowly towards shortstop. Phil Glasser fields a throw on the run in time to retire Goodwin. Smooth play there from the shortstop. Glasser 1 away now in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, just a nice play by Glasser. Ball took a fortunate hop. It was a slow roller and just bounced into the glove of Glasser. Quick transfer and got the out.
Now batting from Loyola University.
Well, now it'll be Brandon Wilson Jr., the third baseman, batting ninth in the ballgame. 1 for 1, had an infield single up the third base line his first time up. As the first pitch into him, misses just a bit low for a ball, 1-0. As a 130 average now for Wilson Jr. on the year. As he swings and lines that one back up the middle for a single. He'll be 2 for 2 on the day. Nasanti fields it, throws it back into the infield, but a 1-out base runner on first. In the top of the fourth inning for the Scouts, they now have 10 hits through the first 3 1/3 inning.
Yeah, it's been a hit barrage for the Xenia Scouts in today's ball game. Now Bennett only giving up 4 runs. Still look to give a little distance, has a chance to clean it up and get a little bit longer into the game. Copperheads still have a chance to be in this one.
It was only around 50 pitches in this fourth inning, which isn't horrible. That's first pitch into Brett Williams, leadoff batter. Comes in for a strike, 0-1. Williams is 1 for 2 on the day, had a single to lead off the ball game. Was retired his last time up, batting .313 on the year. It's now another pickoff attempt to Brandon Wilson Jr. He dives back in safely as Jackson Henderson got picked off of first base. Excuse me, it was Cody Kanklers who got picked off of first base to end the last inning. 1-1 pitch is swung on and grounded out to second base. Could be 2. Flip on to Phil Glasser 1. Throw on to first is in time on the stretch for Tanner Glass. He keeps the foot on the bag as the throw was a little bit wide, but he shows his flexibility, stretches out, keeps the foot on the bag, and a double play to get out of this top half of the fourth inning. Still a 4-2 score heading into the bottom of the fourth. Copperheads coming up to bat right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room on.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
It'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Copperheads in the bottom of the fourth as they try to draw back even with the Xenia Scouts trailing 4-2 heading into the inning. Tanner Johnson scored the first run of the ball game for the Copperheads back in the second inning. He led off the inning with a walk. Came around to score on Daniel Cruz's RBI single. First pitch into him is a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. As Andy Hammond coming out for his fourth inning of work for the Scouts. 0-1 pitch into Tanner Johnson, misses low and away for a ball, 1-1. But Andy Hammond so far has given up 3 hits, 2 runs, a couple of walks, and a strikeout through his first 3 innings. 1-1 pitch home to Tanner Johnson, swung on and fouled back into the screen behind home plate. And Johnson will be down in the count 1-2 to lead off the bottom half of the fourth inning. As a long look in from Hammond, a couple of shakeoffs. Now he gets a sign he wants from Goodwin, but Goodwin calls time behind home plate. A little bit of miscommunication between pitcher and catcher. Now he gets a sign he wants. Hammond comes set, pitching out of the stretch. Here comes a 1-2 pitch to Johnson. Swings and lines it out into left center field. Heading over into the gap is the center fielder Eaton, and he will make the catch on the run. Solid contact from Johnson, but unable to find outfield grass. Leadoff man retired in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, Johnson has been getting solid contact in the majority of his at-bats. He's been driving the ball as of late, had the 3 doubles so far. Johnson hasn't really had a full season yet, but he's been hitting the ball hard. Just that hard contact found a man.
Now Phil Glasser will dig in. He had a single in the shallow left center field his first time up, came around to score, which at the time gave the Copperheads a 2-1 lead. First pitch into him was a breaking ball, misses up high, 1-0. Glasser came in to score on a sac fly from Kyle Gammon that gave the Copperheads a 2-1 score in the bottom of the second. Scouts scored 3 in the top of the third to take a 4-2 lead as a 1-0 pitch catches the outside part of the plate for a strike, evens up the count at 1 to the Copperhead shortstop, who's now batting .267 this summer. Came into the ball game, as Connor mentioned earlier, second most at-bats on the team as he swings and pops that one foul behind home plate. And Glass will be down in the count 1-2. As you know, if you've followed the team all season, a lot of different players coming in and leaving, as several of the members from the opening day squad no longer with the team due to injury or pitch limits or whatever may have happened. As the 1-2 pitch comes into Glasser, he checks his swing, and it's ruled that he goes around by the home plate umpire, Justin Mann. Strike 3 on the swing by Glasser. 2 away in the inning.
Well, just the second strikeout of the day by either team. Glasser just a tough at-bat there and tried to hold his swing, just couldn't hold it.
Will now be Daniel Cruz, member of the Marshall Thundering Herd, where he plays his college ball. First pitch into him is a breaking ball, misses low and away for a ball. And actually a peel down the first and a ruled swing on Daniel Cruz. He'll be down in the count 0-1. As Pat J. Atkins, the base umpire in this evening's game. So an 0-1 count to Cruz. Here comes the pitch. He swings on and ropes that one deep out into left field. Heading back to left fielder Henderson. It's over the wall for a homer. Daniel Cruz sends one deep out into left field. His 3rd home run on the year. Copperheads draw closer. It's 4-3 in the bottom of the 4th inning.
When Cruz is hot, he is hot. He's been on a little bit of a streak. That 350 dipped down. Now he's on the climb again. And what a time to be on the climb.
He gives the sign up to his parents right here behind home plate as he hits the homer. His 2nd RBI on the day. Now with 21 on the season, 4-3 score. As the Copperheads continuing to claw back into this one. Kyle Gammon, the 8-hitter, will be due up next.
It appears Daniel Cruz had his bat go all the way to Michael Blatchford. I don't know if he handed it off to Blatchford or just threw it over to him. But somehow Blatchford had the bat all the way down the first base line.
Well, he trotted over and picked it up from near the first base dugout as We've seen Cruz when he hits a home run. We saw the bat flip over earlier this season as the first pitch into Kyle Gammon is popped up in the infield. Looks like it will be the shortstop Williams who will make the catch, and the side is retired in the bottom of the 4th inning. But the Copperheads draw closer on the solo shot off the bat of Daniel Cruz. It's 4-3 as we go into the top of the 5th inning here at Bob Wren Stadium. You listen to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, I'm Scott Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
Top of the 5th, close ball game here at Bob Wren Stadium. 4-3, the Scouts currently lead the Copperheads. As we've been talking about it throughout the day, Copperheads could climb in the standings with a victory depending on a couple of other results. The only ball game that affects the Copperheads currently is the Cincinnati Steam and the Richmond Jazz. Bottom of the 5th inning, Steam lead the Richmond Jazz 10-2. At McBride Stadium in Richmond, Indiana. First pitch of the inning comes into Jared Eaton and misses outside for a ball, 1-0. As Eaton on the day, 2 for 2, has completed half of the cycle with a single and a double. The 0-1 pitch bounces into the plate for a ball, 2-0 the count now. As Eaton now batting .415 this summer. Of course, didn't join the team until July, that being the Scouts, only 39 at-bats. But has made the most of his time with the team. With that .415 average, 2-0 pitch misses up high for a ball. And now Bennett risking walking the leadoff batter here in this top of the 5th inning.
Well, not only the leadoff batter, but the hot dog batter.
3-0 pitch home to Eaton. Will miss outside and low for a ball. 4-pitch walk to open the top of the 5th inning. That's a speedy runner now out there on first base. As got the middle of the order coming up 3, 4, and 5 following Eaton. Logan Matson due up next.
The first walk allowed by Jack Bennett in today's ball game. Bennett has been throwing a lot of strikes, has been trying to change it up. Just changed it up a little bit too much. Didn't find the strike zone in the last at-bat.
So that'll be Logan Matson, who's 1 for 2 and has also scored a run so far in the ball game. First pitch into him, squares the bunt, pulls it back, pitch taken inside for a ball, 1-0. As looks like Scouts might try to move that base runner up with just 1 out in the inning with the middle of the order following Matson. As all of the first 5 batters after a quick pick-off attempt, diving back in safely is Eaton. All of the first 6 batters, for the Scouts have picked up a base hit against Jack Bennett so far in this ballgame. Already 10 hits. As now Eaton takes off on the pitch. 1-0 pitch misses inside for a ball. Throw down at second won't be in time. It skips in. Knocked down by the second baseman Gammon, but on second base in scoring position now with nobody out is Jared Eaton.
Yeah, throw just didn't get there in time by Johnson. Throw bounces in front of second. It was a good block by Gammon. Ball came up quick on him. Was able to corral it before it got into the outfield.
So now a 2-0 pitch to Matson. Here it comes from Bennett. Swung on and fouled away over the first base dugout, out of play. 2-1 the count now. As Bennett not experiencing the same success he did in his first start. A lot of balls put in play. Mentioned already double-digit hits for the Scouts so far. They lead at 4-3 here with nobody out in the top of the 5th. Here comes the 2-1 pitch home to Matson. He squares the bunt, pulls it back, and then takes the pitch up high for a ball. Now 3-1 the count. Jared Eaton leads off second base after drawing the leadoff walk. Risk of back-to-back walks here for Bennett. 3-1 pitch home into Logan Matson. Will miss. Actually catch the inside corner for a strike. Late call there by Justin Mann behind the plate as Matson started to walk towards first base, but the pitch is called a strike. Full count now. As Bennett looks into his catcher, Tanner Johnson, now comes set, takes a peek at Eaton at second base, and now he'll step off and looking back to the bag before he delivers the full count pitch to Matson. As Matson, 19 RBIs on the year, could make it even 20 with a base hit to the outfield to try to extend the Scouts' lead. Here comes Bennett home with the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and flied out into right field. Sebastian Fabic shields the sun with his glove, ranging towards the right field foul line. He'll make the catch, tagging up as Jared Eaton. The throw will not be in time. Moving up 90 feet is Jared Eaton. But the first out of the inning is retired. One away in the top of the fifth. Runner on third.
Well, they should get the out there. Another base runner moves up 90 feet. But you got your out. Try for the strikeout, a ground out, no matter what it is. Foul out. Multitude of opportunities here for Bennett. Just trying to get it out without the run scoring.
Now it'll be the cleanup hitter, Hunter Delanoy, an RBI single in his first at-bat back in the first inning and scored the first run of the ball game. Then had a sac fly RBI his last time up. RBIs 23 and 24 on the season for him. Infield moves in, trying to cut down that runner at third base and hold the lead at 1. Here comes the first pitch in from Jack Bennett. Swung on and popped up into shallow left field. Ranging back is the third baseman, Daniel Cruz. He will call off and can't make the catch. It falls in. As coming in to score now is Jared Eaton. Tough play for Daniel Cruz with the infield drawn in. Had to run all the way back to shallow left field, try to make the catch. He had it lined up, but then it hits his glove and falls out. Ball falls in. 5-3 score now.
Well, Daniel Cruz can giveth and he can taketh away. The dropped out there. Cruz probably could have had a good play and get Eaton prevent him from scoring, but only 2-run lead.
As now Steven Stollender stings that one out into right field. Sebastian Fabic ranges towards the foul line, makes a catch, now throws on the first, and he'll double up the runner. As Hunter Delanoy was a long way off first base, thinking that ball was going to get down. Heads up play by Fabic, makes the catch, fires a strike to Tanner Glass at first. And the side is retired here in the fifth inning. Scouts add another run to push the lead out to 5-3 heading into the bottom of the fifth. Copperheads trying to battle back in this one right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Snyder Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and
Ty Krinberger from Pompano, Florida. You're listening to Ched's Media.
Bottom of the fifth, Copperheads trying to answer the run scored by the Scouts on the error by Daniel Cruz out in shallow left field, allowing Jared Eaton to come in to score to push the Scouts' lead back out to 2. They lead at 5-3 over the Copperheads. 9 and then top for the Copperheads in this inning. Lucas Nasanti, Jared Hurd, and Zach Iverson. As Nasanti 0 for 1 on the day, he lined out to the second baseman his first time up. Squares the bunt on the first pitch, pulls it back, takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. As Andy Hammond comes back in for his fifth inning on the mound, as the 0-1 pitch in is swung on and fouled back by Nasanti into the netting. And he'll quickly be down in the count, 0-2 to Hammond. As Nasanti now batting at 304 on the year. The 0-2 pitch in, skips in, picked out by the catcher Goodwin. Taken by Nasanti, 1-2 the count now. As now the 1-2 pitch home into Nasanti is a breaking ball. Dips outside in the dirt for a ball, evens up the count at 2. As Nasanti, very good at not striking out, only 11 on the season. As a 2-2 pitch home, swung on and popped up into shallow left field. Backing up is the shortstop Williams in the shallow left center field. He'll squeeze it with 2 hands to retire Nasanti for the first out in the bottom of the 5th. Lineup turns over now to Jared Hurd.
Yeah, just pop fly from Nasanti, gets under it. Copperheads just need to find men's on, get some guys on base, bring them around to score, get back to what they've been doing all season long.
Jared Hurd 0 for 2 so far in the ball game. A fly out to left field and a spectacular play by Logan Matson. Robbed him of an RBI his last time up, a diving catch. 0 for 2 for Hurd today. As now the first pitch into him from Andy Hammond catches the outside corner for his strike, 0-1. As Jared Hurd trying to continue his string of solid games at the plate as he lines that one out in the right field, and that will fall in front of the right fielder Saunders and get down for a single. Big turn by Hurd at first base, but he'll head back to the bag. A 1-out base runner on the base hit from Hurd brings up Zach Iverson.
Hurd, he's been hit. Line drive after line drive, spraying it all over the fields. Continues his tear that he's been on.
Boy, now has hits in 5 of his last 6 ball games as the average goes back above 300 for him. That'll bring up Zach Iverson, who's 1 for 1 with a walk. As a pickoff attempt to Hurd, he dives back in safely now. But Andy Hammond trying to get through this 5th inning and potentially be in position as another pickoff attempt, going back in standing this time as Hurd. But be in position to go 2-0 against the Copperheads on the mound this year, as he picked up the win the first time these two teams played against each other. As another pickoff attempt diving back in safely as Hurd. Not a pitch thrown to the plate to Iverson yet. So far the Copperheads are 4-1 against the Scouts this season, with this being the final game they'll play in the regular season this year. First pitch into Zach Iverson, comes across the plate for a strike, 0-1. Iverson now batting .338 on the year. One of the all-star selections for the Copperheads. He swings at the 0-1 pitch and fouls it over the third base dugout and out of play. 0-2 the count now to Iverson. But he will be starting at second base for the South Division of the GLSCL in the All-Star game. One of 2 Copperhead starters, Sebastian Fabic being the other. 0-2 pitch into Iverson, swung on and fouled into the first base dugout. Hurd was going on the pitch, but he'll have to trot back to first base. Count remains 0-2 to Iverson. That's at the 5-3 score here in the bottom of the 5th. An 0-2 count to Zach Iverson, 1 out in the inning. That's been a back-and-forth affair. It was 1-0 after 1 in favor of the Scouts. Another pickoff attempt to first. Hurd back in, standing. Copperheads took a 2-1 lead after 2. Scouts jumped back on top 4-2 after plating 3 in the top of the 3rd. As now the 0-2 pitch in from Andy Hammond, swung on and hit in between the hole and first and second, out into right field for a base hit. Stopping at second base is Jared Hurd, but back-to-back singles into right field for the Copperheads. They now have 2 on with only 1 away for Sebastian Fabic.
Well, Fabic last time up, inches away from getting the home run out into left field. His bat's been cold a little bit. What a time it would be for it to warm up red hot here.
Well, Fabic 0 for 2 so far, as you mentioned, missed a home run by a matter of feet his last time up, hit it all the way out to the warning track. As he'll try to square one up in this at-bat and try to bring those runners around and even up this ball game as a tying run now at first base. First pitch into Sebastian Fabic's taken inside for a ball, 1-0. As the Copperheads now have 6 hits in the ball game. Well, Fabic, the average has dropped down to 358 now as the 1-0 pitch into him. He takes a big swing at it, but he's out in front of the changeup from Andy Hammond. Count even at 1. As Jared Hurd leads off second, Zach Iverson off first. Both reaching base on a single. 1-1 pitch home into Fabic. Swings and fouls it a long way out of play down the right field line. And now he's down in the count, 1-2.
Well, Fabic just needs to put the ball in play here. Strikeout does not help. As Austin Dunphy has been talking about all season long, in these situations, got to put the ball in play, see what can happen.
Hammond looks in, trying to get a big out here in Fabic. Leads the team in batting average. Here comes the 1-2 pitch home. Swung on and foul back into the screen. Fabic able to fight off that 2-strike pitch and stay alive. As not a lot of strikeouts for Hammond so far, only 2. In position for a third. If he can punch out Fabic here and get the second out of the inning. Here comes a 1-2 pitch home to Fabic. Swung on and missed, strike 3. He got Fabic to chase the high fastball, and he swings underneath it. And that's the second out of the inning.
Yeah, just the second strikeout recorded by, third strikeout recorded by Hammond. Just Copperheads got to put the ball in play.
Tanner Glass now 0 for 2 in the ball game. Trying to keep this inning alive. Swings at the first pitch breaking ball and fouls it right off the top of his foot in the box as it rolls down the third baseline foul. But he'll take a minute to regroup himself. 0-1 the count now to Tanner Glass. As runners stay on first and second with 2 away now in the inning. Copperheads trail it by 2, 5-3 for the Scouts. Trying to earn a sweep of the Xenia Scouts. It would only be the second time that they swept a South Division opponent this year. As now Tanner Glass comes set. Jared Hurd takes off to the third baseline. Drive out into center field to a fall in front of the center field, even for a base hit. Hurd trotting home for the RBI. RBI single for Tanner Glass with 2 away in the inning. Copperheads draw closer. It's 5-4 now.
It's just been a back and forth affair in today's game. Copperheads go out 2-1. Xenia Scouts come right back. They go 4-2, and then it's 4-3 Scouts, 5-3, and now back here 5-4. Copperheads will not go down quietly. It's shaping up to be an old-fashioned slugfest at Bob Wren.
Well, Tanner Johnson will try to keep this thing alive. Still runners on first and second, as that was RBI number 8 on the year for Tanner Glass. And a big one to get. 5-4 the score now. First pitch into Tanner Johnson's a breaking ball, gets him out in front of it. He comes up empty on the swing for a strike, 0-1. As Johnson on the day is 0 for 1. He lined out into left center field as well as walked and came around to score the Copperheads' first run. 0-1 pitch home. Another breaking ball. He gets him out in front again for a strike. Tanner Johnson quickly down in the count 0-2 with 2 away, 2 runners on base.
You have to shorten up the swing, choke up a little bit, and try to put it somewhere.
Hammond trying to get out of this inning with the lead. The 0-2 pitch misses low for a ball. 1-2 the count now. As Iverson will look to get a big secondary lead here, trying to score on a base hit if Tanner Johnson can hit a ball into the outfield. 1-2 pitch home into Johnson. Swings and hits that deep out into center field. Backing up is the center fielder Jared Eaton, but he will make the catch on the back pedal to retire the side in the inning. But the Copperheads keep on clawing back. It's now 5-4 as the side is retired in the bottom of the 5th inning, heading to the top of the 6th. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. You will be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with the free complimentary breakfast, high-definition television in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi. In addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens, live the life. Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com. Instagram or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room in Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs, develops, and markets hardworking boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women footwear.
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the 6th inning. We had a good one going here at Bob Run Stadium. 5-4 between the Scouts and the Copperheads. Scouts lead it. As Jack Bennett going back out on the mound for his 6th inning, trying to hold the lead, or hold the deficit, I have to say, where it is. As so far through 5 innings, giving up 5 runs, all of them earned. 10 hits and a walk. No strikeouts, as it's a hot dog hitter. Due up if Cody Kanklers punches out. Dollar hot dogs the rest of the inning, as first pitch breaking ball comes in for a strike, 0-1.
Hey, how many times do we do this promotion?
0-1 pitch misses outside for a ball, 1-1. I feel like if they don't get him on the first one, they just keep rolling him out.
At random points during the game.
I think Mike just makes too much hot dogs, so they just say we got to start giving it away. As a 1-1 pitch misses low for a ball to Kanklers, 2-1.
Well, they are good hot dogs. Regardless if
we
they're
would
$1.
know.
Yeah.
We would know. We get one every day, every home game.
As much as I'd like a $1 dog, I mean, I'd still pay full price.
2-1 pitch now into Kanklers, swung on a chop foul down the third baseline. That'll even up the count at 2, as Kanklers on the day is 1 for 2 as an RBI single. Now hitting .290 on the year, as that was the 23rd RBI for him this season. Bennett trying to pick up his first strikeout of the ball game, has a 2-2 count to Kanklers with nobody out here to lead off the top of the 6th inning. Here comes a 2-2 home from Bennett. Breaking ball swung on and just got a piece. Did Kanklers, fouls it over the screen behind home plate. Count remains at 2-2, as now it looks like Kanklers will look for a little bit more pine tar on his bat. As the GLSCL is a wooden bat league, unlike the spring college baseball season where they use metal bats. But Kanklers now back in the batter's box, ready for another 2-2 pitch in from Jack Bennett. He winds up. Here comes a pitch, 2-2, taken in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Johnson. Now will run the count full to the leadoff hitter here in this top of the 6th inning. As continuing to check in on that Steam Jazz game. It's 11-2 Cincinnati Steam over the Richmond Jazz, as 3-2 pitch swung on and poked out into right field, and that will fall in for a base hit for Cody Kanklers, his second hit of the ball game. Leadoff man on in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, just a soft base hit out into right field. Really nothing that Gammon could have done. It was the closest one to it. And almost right on cue, we got the hot dog song.
Yeah, we must really have a surplus of hot dogs in the ball game this afternoon. But the other game that concerns the Copperheads has just started at Foundation Field between the Licking County Settlers and the Hamilton Joes. Top of the first, no score. Pickoff attempt at first base. Diving back in safely is Kanklers. Bennett has picked off one base runner so far in this ball game. First pitch in now to Jackson Henderson. Will miss a little bit outside for a ball, 1-0. As Bennett trying to get through this sixth inning, holding the deficit at 1 run. Here comes a 1-0 pitch into Jackson Henderson. Swung on and flied out into right field, heading over towards the foul line is Sebastian Fabic, and he's unable to make the catch in foul territory as he took a little bump into the wall. Not sure if that had something to do with him not making the catch, trying to avoid colliding with the wall. Ball falls in, 1-1 count now to Jackson Henderson.
They came very close to making that catch. But you want a safety first. You want to slow down before hitting the wall. And he was able to just softly bounce off of it.
So Henderson still alive in the at-bat after the long foul ball down the right field line. That's another pickoff attempt to first. Kanklers diving back in safely. As Henderson is 0 for 2 on the day. He did have an RBI fielder's choice earlier in the ballgame. 1-1 pitch, line to third baseman Daniel Cruz. He catches it, throw on to first in time. Kanklers was halfway to second base. Thought the line drive would get through, but Cruz makes the catch, throw on to first in time, and a key double play there. 2 outs now in the top of the sixth.
This has been one of those games where it seems like every single inning there's going to be a double play. One in the first, one in the fourth, and one here in the top of the sixth. Defense has been spectacular behind Bennett today.
So now it'll be Alan Goodwin. First pitch into him, catches the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. As Kanklers just thinking that ball was going to get through. 0-1 pitch into Goodwin. It's a breaking ball. He takes it a little bit low for a ball, evens up the count at 1. Goodwin 0 for 2 on the day. As on the season, he's now just 5 for 40 as he swings and chops that ball slowly down to third. Daniel Cruz makes the throw over to first on the run in time to retire the side. So despite the leadoff base hit, still a 3 up, 3 down inning for Jack Bennett, as now he's through 6 innings of work. Scouts still lead at 5-4 heading in the bottom of the 6th inning. Copperheads coming up the bat right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's, located off of Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood, Ohio Realty, will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Schneider, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and...
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
Bottom sixth, as it is 6, 7, and 8. All due up for the Copperheads. Phil Glasser, Daniel Cruz, and Kyle Gammon trying to push across another run and even this ball game up. That's the 5-4 lead for the Xenia Scouts right now. It's still Andy Hammond on the mound, trying to keep the lead intact for the Scouts. First pitch into Glasser is swung on and hit high out into left field. Ranging over to his right is the left fielder Jackson Henderson. He will squeeze it with one hand. 1 pitch, 1 out. In the bottom of the 6th inning, Phil Glasser retired.
Yeah, Phil Glasser didn't really take a full swing there. Looked, kind of half swing, almost kind of like Daniel Murphy-ish. Kind of let go of the backhand, but regardless, it didn't go far. Caught in left field.
Well, perhaps one of the hottest hitters in the lineup is up now. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game. Had an RBI single in his first at-bat. Eventually was stranded as the first pitch into him was a breaking ball taken up high for a ball 1-0. Then he launched a homer out to left field his last time up. So 2 for 2, 2 RBIs. It was his third home run on the year. Ties him for first on the team. As now the 1-0 pitch in the Cruz is swung and lined out into left field. It gets over the shortstop's glove for a base hit. Daniel Cruz having a day. He's 3 for 3. And a one-out base runner in the bottom of the sixth for the Copperheads.
3 for 3 and 2 RBIs. Singles in the second and the sixth, and the home run in between in the fourth. He's just having himself a day.
Well, we don't normally pick the same guy 2 nights in a row for player of the game, but Daniel Cruz making himself a case as they average back up to 290.
Hey, if he deserves it, he should get it.
So now it'll be Kyle Gammon, who's 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Had a sac fly back in the second inning that at the time gave the Copperheads a 2-1 lead. Cruz takes off on the first pitch. Pitch misses outside for a ball. Throw down not in time. Cruz goes in head first sliding. Now he's in scoring position with just 1 out and a 1-0 count to Kyle Gammon.
Well, it's even more important now that Cruz is on second. That erases the double play. Puts him in scoring position, just a base hit away.
So Cruz swipes second. Here comes a 1-0 pitch into Kyle Gammon. Bounces in the dirt for a ball. 2-0 to Kyle Gammon. 9th stolen base on the year for Daniel Cruz. As Gammon just recently joining the team this week, back on Tuesday. 2-0 pitch into him. Swung on and chopped out towards short. Moving up to third is Daniel Cruz. Fielded cleanly by Williams. Throw on to first is in time to retire Gammon. So Cruz does move up 90 feet. But the second out of the inning is recorded. It will take a 2-out single from Lucas Nasanti to keep the inning alive.
Yeah, Lucas Nasanti, 0 for 2 so far today, but has to come up big here for the Copperheads to try and tie this game up.
Well, this is the big one. 5-4 here in the bottom of the sixth with 2 outs. And that tying run is just 90 feet away from scoring. As Connor just mentioned, Nasanti 0 for 2 on the day as he now calls time at home plate. Steps back in the box. 12 RBIs on the year for Nasanti. Still batting at 300 despite the 0 for 2 today. First pitch into him is a breaking ball. Misses up high for a ball. 1-0.
Or even a passed ball could do the job.
Here comes a 1-0 pitch into Nasanti. Another breaking ball, and again it misses up high. Nasanti now up in the count 2-0.
Now, if you're Andy Hammond, you want to get Nasanti here because the man on deck, Jared Hurd, has just been lighting up the GLSCL.
2-0 pitch misses low and outside for a ball. Now Nasanti up in the count 3-0, and as Connor just mentioned, danger in the on-deck circle. As Hurd 1 for 3 today, but has been tearing it up as of late. 3-0 pitch into Nasanti comes right down Main Street for a strike. A get me over pitch there. 3-1 the count now. As Hammond working fast now, comes set quickly, 3-1 into Nasanti, swung on and chopped it off his foot in the batter's box. It rolls out towards the mound, but a foul ball. Count runs full now with 2 away, tying run on third. 5-4 ball game. Copperheads looking to continue to string together victories to stay in the playoff hunt in the GLSCL South Division, trying to earn a sweep of the Xenia Scouts here this afternoon. They can pick up a victory. 3-2 pitch home to Nasanti. Lined out towards short, but it's right at the shortstop, Brett Williams, as another hard hit ball by Nasanti, but it doesn't find grass. Tough break there. Tying run stranded at third to end the bottom of the sixth inning. When we return, it'll be Connor Mills to take us home on this broadcast on the final 3 innings on play-by-play duties right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the 7th inning, home stretch here at Bob Wren Stadium. It will be for the Xenia Scouts. Brandon Wilson Jr., then Brett Williams back to the top of the lineup. As Copperheads trailing by 1 to the Xenia Scouts. First pitch is on the outside corner for a cold strike, 0-1. Clouds have started to come over Bob Wren Stadium. Temperature still around 86 degrees. As Brandon Wilson Jr., he's 2 for 2 today as he swings and pops it up left side. Foul territory, Daniel Cruz ranging over it and makes a catch for the first out, even though it's a hot dog batter. Jack Bennett will still get the out. And again, we'll have another hot dog batter in the inning as it will be Brett Williams at the plate.
Well, you know, despite kind of having a rough start to this one, Bennett giving up the 4 runs through the first 3 innings, he's really settled in, and it's just battled it out on its way to getting through 7 innings here once again, which is really all you can ask from your starting pitcher. He's kept him in the game and gave him a chance to win.
The pitch from Bennett misses outside for ball 1. Bennett has not struck out any batter yet of the Xenia Scouts. Has walked 2, or just walked 1. 1 walk, no strikeouts. As the pitch misses, 2 balls and no strikes. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Xenia Scouts 5, Copperheads 4. Quick look around the league. 12-2 in favor of Cincinnati Steam is now a ground ball by Williams over towards shortstop. Glasser has it, and the pick is made by Tanner Glass at first for the second out. Good play from Glasser to get Brett Williams, and now 2 down here in the top of the 7th inning.
Yeah, nice stretch there from Tanner Glass to retire the out of first with Brett Williams pretty quick. Obviously at the top of the order for a reason. But Glasser eats it up as he has been all season long, makes a good enough throw. And 2 away now in the 7th.
And the other game has just started between the Licking County Settlers and Hamilton Joes. That game's in the top of the 2nd. As first pitch from Bennett misses for a ball to Jarrett Eaton, the batter. Eaton today 2 for 2 with a double, a single, and a walk. 2 runs scored. He lines this one to the diving glove of Daniel Cruz. He dives into the hole to make the final out here in the top of the 7th. What can't this man do? We head to the home half of the 7th.
Good Lord.
Copperheads trailing the Xenia Scouts 5-4. We'll be back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
The Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home in a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Ball Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.ballgreenmortine.com.
You will be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with the free complimentary breakfast, high-definition television in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi. In addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens, live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com. Instagram or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room in Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jack Hughes, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors.
Hey, I'm Scott Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
Bottom of the 7th inning at Bob Bren Stadium. Daniel Cruz has been all over the place. He's 3 for 3 on the day, 2 RBIs, and just continues to make stellar play after stellar play in the fields. Copperheads trailing the Scouts by a score of 5-4, and it will be Jared Hurd leading things off here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Hurd on the day, 1 for 3 with a line out to second, a fly out to left field, and a single, and a run scored in his last at-bat. First pitch from the new pitcher, Jared Couch, misses for a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. Couch comes in to replace Andy Hammond, who's in line for the win. Hammond went 6 innings, allowed 8 hits, 4 runs. As the 1-0 pitch is swung on, lifted high into the infield. Ranging under and calling everybody off is the shortstop Williams. He makes a 2-hand grab for the first out in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, Hurd just got way underneath that one. Easy pop-up out in the shallow, real shallow center field. Might have been in the infield, but not the best swing he's put on the ball all day. Couch retires the first guy he faces.
2 walks and 3 strikeouts by Andy Hammond as Jared Couch gets the first out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Couch with the ERA of 2.1 has 2 wins on his record, but no starts. This is his 15th appearance in relief, and this pitch catches Justin Mann, the home plate umpire, on the hand.
Right on the hand, flesh.
You could hear that from up here.
Shaking it off, though.
Staying in the game, remaining tough.
Well, those umpires, they have a lot of padding, but the hand isn't one of those areas.
Nope, you need to see the hand. That way you can know what the count is, 1-0. But Justin Mann remaining tough. We'll get some ice after, probably. But Couch 15th relief appearance as he misses inside again to Zach Iverson, the batter. Iverson today 2 for 2 with a walk. Singles in the first and the 5th, has walked in the 3rd. So Zach Iverson doing all right. 2-0 count to Iverson.
This is going to be a pitch. It's going to be a time of the game where you try to get your pitch on a 2-0 count.
Goes outside in, drops it down the line into left field for a base hit. 3 for 3 day for Zach Iverson. Copperheads have the 1-out base runner here in the bottom of the 7th. As they try to get back into this game, it's the Scouts 5, Copperheads 4.
That 2-0 pitch ran in on the hands, but he gets a good enough swing on it to inside out and out there in the left field. Playing back was the left fielder Henderson. It drops right in front of him down the line. Nice job by Iverson. And now you got your tying run on base. See if your leading RBI man this year can move him around.
Well, Fabic has cooled off significantly since he's batted .400 all season long, as he swings and fouls 1 straight back, nothing in 1. Just to touch on Couch, 20 innings pitched, 20 in the 3rd with the 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. 3 saves on the season, has struck out 21 batters, but has also walked 21, and has given up 11 hits, 12 thanks to Zach Iverson. Fabic takes the 0-1 pitch in for a called strike, and now Sebastian is down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. But Fabic now batting .355 with his 0 for 3 day. Went over 6 against the Xenia Scouts in Game 1 as the 0-2 pitch is taken low for ball 1, 1-2.
Yeah, it's been a tough series for him, kind of not the same guy we've seen in there. As of course, he has hit a couple balls hard, and you know we saw him almost go a yard earlier in the game, but the park held it all the way at the warning track. So if he can put a good swing on this pitch, he can make something happen.
The 1-2 from Couch misses high, 2-2. But Fabic has been there for the Copperheads all season long, is the reason why Copperheads are 19-15 on the year and in the postseason hunt. He's been one of the fixtures in the lineup. As a check over to Iverson on first, he goes back safely. Counts at 2-2 with 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th. The last RBI came from Tanner Glass. It was an RBI single back in the bottom of the 5th inning. As the pitch line drive out into right field and in for a base hit. Iverson had a hold, so he'll only go to second. But Sebastian Fabic with a 2-2 single goes opposite field and gets his first hit of the series. Copperheads with 2 runners on base with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Well, that's Sebastian Fabic we've seen all season long. Gets a pitch on the outside part of the plate, no problem. Takes it the other way into right field. As second baseman was shaded up the middle, ready to cover the bag for a steal, but Fabic beats it. Punches it out in the right field for a single, back-to-back now. As you got Tanner Glass going to try to keep the train rolling here as that tying run now moves into scoring position.
Well, Tanner Glass at the plate, 1 for 3 today with an RBI. Grounded out to short and struck out in his 2 other at-bats. Glass picked up RBI number 9 on the season with his single, drove in Jared Hurd in the 5th. So he bats here with a runner in scoring position. Zach Iverson's on second. Sebastian Fabic on first, both with singles. There's the first pitch to Glass, a breaking ball in for a called strike, 0-1. Senior Scouts had third base even with the bag. Their third base man not holding on the runner is Delanoy at first. As the 0-1 pitch to Glass bounces in the left-hand batter's batting box for a ball, 1-1.
That's a real big block by Goodwin behind home plate. As that ball gets away, both those runners move up into scoring position.
Copperheads 4, Xenia Scouts 5. As the 1-1 pitch, bouncing ball goes left of the line and all the way down the line in left field for a foul ball. Tanner Glass behind in the count, 1-2. Glass has a chance to tie this game up with Iverson on second. Chance to take the lead with an extra base hit with the speed of Sebastian Fabic on first. 1-2 the count. The pitch from Couch is taken low in the turf. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It's a real good take there from Glass. That changeup from Couch starts at the bottom of the zone. Looks like a fastball, then it just breaks down. Glass did a good job holding back on it, even up the count at 2.
Check back to second base by Couch. Now the 2-2 pitch outside. And Tanner Glass has run the count full here in the bottom of the 7th. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Runners on first and second base for the Southern Ohio Copperheads as Jared Couch's payoff pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. So Tanner Glass goes down for the second out of the inning. Second strikeout on the day for Glass. And now at the plate, Tanner Johnson. Johnson 0 for 2 today with a walk and 2 outs, both flyouts to center field, drove him deep. They'll have to come up clutch for the Copperheads here. 2 outs, bottom 7. And Tanner Johnson at the plate. Johnson takes a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. Johnson with his batting average that was at 375 has dipped to 346. A lot of motion there as he hasn't had a whole lot of at-bats this season. One of the newcomers. As the 0-1 pitch is a breaking ball just a bit high and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, but Johnson's been one of your hotter hitters ever since joining the team as one of the guys you want up if you need a big base hit.
Copperheads will look to get Daniel Cruz up in this inning because he's been hot all day, 3 for 3. 1-1 pitch from Couch, line drive deep out into right field, ranging towards the lines of right fielder Saunders, and he will not be able to make the catch, but it drops in foul territory. So staying alive at the plate is Tanner Johnson, and runners will have to go back to second and first.
Yeah, a lot of tail on that ball off Tanner Johnson as he kind of inside out of it down the right field line. Looked like Saunders was going to be able to line it up at first, but it just keeps carrying towards that wall down by the bullpen. Of course, you don't want to go run and crash into it, so guys kind of pull up hesitantly. As that's kind of what Saunders did there. Comes up a little bit short, and Johnson will get another pitch in the at-bat.
There is no padding anywhere at Bob Wren Stadium, not along the fence, not along the foul lines, not even in the dugout.
All wood.
All wood except for the rubber pellets that is on the new turf field. First season that the Copperheads are playing on the Nicholson family turf. Copperheads share the stadium with Ohio Bobcats. Bobcats play here in the spring. 1-2 count to Tanner Johnson. Couch tries to pick off. The throw is high to the second baseman, Matson, but Matson jumps up and gets the catch. Count remains a 1-2. It was a pickoff move that could have went a little bit awry, but sliding back is Iverson.
Yeah, nice job being aware out there. Sometimes you can kind of fall asleep at second base. As not a lot of pickoff attempts go back there, but Iverson was aware, dived back in with plenty of time.
Ground ball over towards third. Taking it the easy way to third base is the third baseman Wilson for the third and final out here at the bottom of the 7th inning. At the end of 7, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base for the Copperheads as they still trail the Xenia Scouts 5-4. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health. Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women, footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brands story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. See us celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
I'm Sebastian Fabic from Cincinnati, Ohio, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the 8th inning at Bob Brent Stadium in Athens, Ohio, where the Xenia Scouts have a 5-4 lead over the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Copperheads had a chance to tie or take the lead in the bottom of the 7th, but Tanner Johnson grounded out into a fielder's choice, a 5 unassisted. As being put out was Zach Iverson. Iverson was on second, Babic was on first. They do not come around to score after getting 1-out singles back-to-back. But on the mound for his 8th inning of work is Jack Bennett. His first pitch swinging, ground ball over towards short. The throw to first in time. Logan Matson retired on the 6-3. And now for Jack Bennett, officially his longest outing of the season, 7 1/3 innings pitched.
We got to like how he stayed in there and battled throughout this entire ball game, as, you know, the pitch count, not really all that high. I mean, getting up there, 89, but for a guy that's given up 5 runs and 11 hits, he's kept it fairly low and able to work into this 8th inning.
Hunter Dillinois at the plate, takes first pitch, called strike, 0-1. And what's really kept his pitch count low was the amount of strikes he threw earlier on in the game. A couple of those strikes came on to hurt him for runs, but he has since settled down, has gotten his outs. He's not allowed a run since the top of the 5th inning. Back-to-back scoreless innings in the 6th and the 7th as a 1-1 pitch misses high from Jack Bennett. Taps his chest, says, "My bad." 2-1. Illinois today, he's been a threat all day long. 3 RBIs. One was an error, one was a sacrifice fly, and then another one was an RBI single happening in the top of the 1st as a 2-1 pitch from Jack Bennett misses outside, and now Bennett is in danger of walking another batter in today's ball game. Bennett with 1 walk on the day. As the 3-1 pitch is delivered, swung on, bouncing ball over to Phil Glasser behind second base. He ranges over, the throw on the run, offline. Diving up the first base line was Tanner Glass, and Glass could not reach it, backed up by Tanner Johnson. It was an error charge to the shortstop, Phil Glasser, Now there's a runner in scoring position here in the top of the 8th inning.
Yeah, tough play ranging up the middle. Glasser's tried to rush the throw a little bit as Delanoy is moving pretty good up the first base line, and the throw clearly pulled Glass off the bag. He tried to keep his foot on and knock it down, but unable to, and now that runner gets to move up the scoring position with only one out as the Scouts looking for a big insurance run here in this 8th inning.
Only a 1-run lead for the Xenia Scouts as they lead the Copperheads 5-4. Runner on second in Hunter Delanoy, and Steven Saunders now at the plate. Saunders, 2 hits today and grounded out into a fielder's choice as he swings at the first pitch, pops it up over towards Kyle Gammon, the second baseman. 1 pitch and 1 out for Jack Bennett, who is now going 7 2/3 in today's ball game. And 2 down here in the top of the 8th.
Yeah, big out right there. High pop-up from Saunders as he took a big swing at that pitch, but got way underneath it. Didn't even look like Gammon had to move out there at second. So a big second out, keeping that runner at second base. Now just 1 more away from getting through 8 innings.
Well, the runner on second base for the Xenia Scouts, Jack Bennett, trying to hold him there, as Cody Kanklertz, who has an RBI today, stands in. An RBI single in the 3rd. 2 hits, 2 for 3 day for Kanklertz as he swings at the first pitch. Daniel Cruz has it on the short hop, throws it to first. And again, Cruz does it defensively. 3 outs, top of the 8th. We head to the home half of the 8th inning with the Copperheads trailing the Xenia Scouts 5-4. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's, located off of Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood, Ohio Realty, will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Schneider, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Schneider, Fuller, and Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give them a call.
Ty Krinberger from Pompano, Florida. You're listening to Ched's Media.
Philip Glasser will lead things off here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Copperheads with 6 outs to play with before this game ends in regulation. The Copperheads trailing the Xenia Scouts by a score of 5-4. As the first pitch to Phil Glasser from Jared Couch bounces in the turf and all the way to the backstop. 1-0. On the day for Phil Glasser, base hit in the bottom of the 2nd. Then was out 2 times in a row, struck out and flied out to left. As a 1-0 pitch to Glasser, another bouncing ball from Jared Couch. 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, you mentioned Couch has averaged a walk an inning coming into the ball game. Didn't walk anybody his first inning, but can get a little wild at times. The Copperheads got to make them bring it to him. Don't chase any pitcher's pitches.
2-0 pitch. Hits the inside corner on Phil Glasser. Glasser did not agree with the call as just a man made it behind the plate. 2-1. Well, taking a look around the league, Licking County Settlers with a 1-0 lead over the Hamilton Joes as Glasser takes a fastball low. 3 balls and 1 strike now. But Licking County, if they beat the Joes, push them back. Copperheads would at least stay in 3rd place for the day. Cincinnati Steam, 13-5 lead. That game's in the top of the 8th as a 3-1 pitch from Jared Couch runs high and inside to Phil Glasser. Copperheads get the leadoff man off Bourne.
Well, that's exactly what you want to do to lead off. Bottom of the 8th inning, we need a run. Of course, especially when you got a guy as hot as Cruz following you up in the order. So Glasser, nice job, not chasing anything, drawing the walk. And you got a hot bat coming up in Daniel Cruz next.
Well, nobody has figured out Daniel Cruz today. And by nobody, I mean Andy Hammond. Hammond, the starter for today, gave up 3 hits to Daniel Cruz, 2 for RBIs, one of them being a home run, a solo homer in the bottom of the 4th. And then Cruz with singles in the 2nd and the 6th. As a check over to Phil Glasser, he goes back safely.
Yeah, and the home run wasn't a cheapie. It was a shot out there to left field.
21 runs batted in for Daniel Cruz on the year. As his first pitch swing fouls it straight back and out of play. 0-1. Well, Daniel Cruz, a big reason why Copperheads are in today's game. His defense has been superb. Took the short hop in the last inning. Fired it over to first. Diving play after diving play. Daniel Cruz gets it done defensively, what it seems to be like every single day.
Yeah, ever since he's become like the everyday third baseman, he's just been making plays all over the place at the hot corner, really impressing. And the bats come around once again as of late. Can't ask much more of them.
0-1 delivery from Couch, misses low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. And like you said, Couch can get erratic at times, so Copperheads will have to take advantage of that. Because if we know, I'm sure they know. Can't chase anything out of the strike zone. As 1-1 pitch, ground ball through the hole on the left side and in for a base hit. It's a 4-for-4 day for Daniel Cruz.
Yeah, you can tell he's just feeling good out there just by his approach. You see him warming up in BP and out there in the field. Just looks real relaxed coming into his own late in this season. Big 4-for-4 day. Now you got 2 on with nobody out. And it looks like going to be a pinch hitter lifted here for Kyle Gammon.
Well, Reese Trahey will come into bat for Kyle Gammon. Gammon, 1 for 5 coming into the day on the season. Picked up a sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 2nd inning. But here in the bottom of the 8th with the game on the line, manager Austin Dunphy elects to go with Reese Trahey at the plate. As Trahey, the left-handed batter, takes a pitch low and inside for ball 1.
I was interested to see if the sack bunt would be on the table here with nobody out and 2 runners on. Try to move the go-ahead run in the scoring position. Didn't square the bunt on that pitch. We'll see if the approach changes throughout this at-bat. But Trey's been hitting the ball hard as of late.
Batting 3-0-1 as he swings and flies 1 foul. Foul ball off towards the left side and over in the grandstand area to our left at the press box at Bob Wren Stadium. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Trahey. Trahey with the 301 average, 28 in 93 at-bats, 24 runs scored, 11 RBIs, and has walked and struck out an equal amount of times at 14. Runners are on first and second base for the Southern Ohio Copperheads with nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jared Couch's pitch is swung on another foul ball off towards the left side. Now Reese Trahey is down in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, yeah, just got to stay alive in the at-bat now. Choke up, shorten up the swing, try to put a ball in play. Don't want to strike out in this situation. You want to put this ball in play, try to make the scouts have to make a play on you. I mean, the worst-case scenario is a double play in this situation, but a strikeout is also something you want to avoid if you're Trahey.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Couch's pitch is taken in for a called strike. Strike 3 called on Reese Trahey. He goes down looking for the 2nd strikeout of the day by Jared Couch. The first out here on the bottom of the 8th inning. And now bring up Lucas Nasanti. Nasanti on the day 0 for 3. Lined out to short his last time up. Put a good swing on it. But right at the shortstop Williams. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Lucas Nasanti will try to get a job done. For Nasanti batting .296 as time has been called. A lot of people walking around. But Jared Couch trying to go for the save should he go into the 9th inning. We're here in the bottom of the 8th with 1 out. 2 Copperheads on base as the fastball is in for a called strike. A fastball down the middle. 0-1.
Nasanti thought that pitch was a little low. Called strike, apparently at the knees, ruled by the home plate umpire, Justin Mann. Just got to shake it. Still got another strike to work with.
0-1 the count. The pitch to Nasanti on the outside corner. And now quickly the count has gone to no balls and 2 strikes on Lucas Nasanti. And just as good as Couch can walk someone, he can also strike him out. 21 apiece. Has 2 strikeouts in today's game with only 1 walk. The 0-2 pitch to Nasanti, swung on, fly ball into right field. Ranging under it is Steven Saunders. He will make the catch in fair territory down the line. Tagging at second and going over towards third is Phil Glasser. And now there will be runners at the corners with 2 outs and Jared Hurd at the plate.
Well, obviously they get the second out of the inning, but a runner does move up to third. Now a base hit guarantees he will score. And you got probably the guy that you want up for you right now in this situation. Jared Hurd has been red hot as of late, the reason he's been moved up to the leadoff spot these past couple games.
I'm talking with manager Austin Dunphy earlier on. His mindset is get him on, get him over, get him in. And they got 2 on, but the strikeout in the middle does not help as that kind of disrupts the flow. And he was talking about that flow during one of the post-game interviews with him. But striking out does not help the team. And now there are 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Hurd would need a base hit instead of a sacrifice fly to get the run in.
Well, he's 1 for 4 today. He's hit the ball hard a couple times. And, obviously we know he's been dialed in as of late. But interesting to see what the scouts are talking about here on the mound. I mean, you're an out away from getting out of this inning. That should be the only focus for your pitcher right now.
Well, Jared Hurd, .304 batting average, 1 for 4 today with a run scored. The single came in the 5th, the single out into right field. But other than that, Hurd with a fly out to left field, a line out to second base, and then a fly out to the shortstop in his last at-bat in the bottom of the 7th, as he'll bat in back-to-back innings here in the bottom of the 8th. 2 down, runners at the corners for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Over on third base as a slow roller almost went. Daniel Cruz will go to second base, but holding off over at third is Phil Glasser. So Cruz now in scoring position as he takes second base on the pass ball. 1 ball, no strike to count.
Yeah, not enough to get the runner from third in, but nice job by Cruz moving up in the scoring position. Now if you can get a base hit here for Hurd, you could potentially take the lead if the ball gets deep enough into the outfield.
The 1-0 pitch from Couch is taken low for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes.
You got to like these matchups. Even if Hurd draws the walk and goes down to first, you got back-to-back lefties up in Hurd and Iverson against the righty. So I think this is just exactly where you want to be in the lineup if you're the Copperheads right now.
Glasser at third. Cruz at second base. At the plate is Jared Hurd. Jared Couch is on the mound. Couch with the 2-0 count. The pitch is swung on and missed by Hurd. 2-1. Playing even with the bag is the third baseman Wilson. Everybody else in the infield is playing back with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the outfield straight away. A long look in from the pitcher Jared Couch. Stares into the catcher Goodwin. The 2-1 pitch, line drive, bouncing ball over towards first. First baseman Dillanoy has it. He steps on first himself, and the Siders are tired. Copperheads are down to 3 outs to play with to try and tie and take the lead, but that would have to happen in the bottom of the 9th. Top of the 9th coming up next, right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly...
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the ninth inning here at Bob Brand Stadium. Southern Ohio Copperheads trail the Xenia Scouts 5-4. As the Xenia Scouts will come to the plate, Jackson Henderson, Alan Goodwin, and Brandon Wilson Jr. all do up the bottom third of the lineup. And for the first time today, there's a new man on the mound, Jacob Ladley. Ladley comes in to replace Jack Bennett, who went 8 strong. As the first pitch from Ladley misses inside for a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. Bennett, 8 innings, 11 hits, 5 runs, only 4 earned. 1 walk and did not strike out a batter. As the 1-0 pitch is on the way and swung on and popped up into the infield. New man at second base will be Reese Trahey as he makes one-hand grab for the first out.
Nice job by Ladley. It's your job here in this ninth inning just to keep this deficit at 1 for the Copperheads. Off to a good start. Nice, easy pop-up. A couple steps into the outfield grass and right field. Trahey comes into the game and immediately sees some action.
Well, Copperheads will have 2, 3, and 4 all due up in the bottom of the ninth inning. All they need is 1 run to tie, 2 to walk it off. He'll take a walk-off single to win this game for the Copperheads as the first pitch is swung on a miss by Alan Goodwin for strike 1. Goodwin on today's game 0 for 3. Pop out to second, a ground out to short, and a ground out to third. As the 0-1 is on the way from Ladley. Line drive right back up the middle, and Goodwin has his first hit of the day. 1 out base runner for the Xenia Scouts.
Yeah, you got a hold of that one right back up the middle as Goodwin hasn't been the best hitter up to this point this season. Just 5 hits. Had a 122 average, but looked pretty good on that one. Smoked that ball right back where it came from. So the Scouts won't go down quietly in this top of the ninth.
Ladley pitched against the Scouts at his first appearance in relief on the season. Went 2 innings, allowed a run. It was earned. Gave up the hit as a 3.5 ERA. Had a walk and struck out 1 batter. As the first pitch is swung and a miss by Brandon Wilson Jr. for strike 1. Wilson Jr. on the day, 2 for 3. His past 3 hits have all come against the Copperheads. As the 0-1 pitch, line drive falling fast out into left center field, but making the catch is Jared Hurd on the run. He backhands it and just picks it right up as if it was in his back pocket. 2 outs, top of the ninth.
Yeah, a lot of range in the outfield for the Coppers. We've been saying it all season long, as that ball looked like it might fall in, but Hurd gets a good read on it, makes a good jump, and able to run that ball down in the gap. It's a big out for the second one in the inning.
2 outs, top of the ninth inning. Copperheads trailing by 1. The first pitch to Brett Williams is in for a called strike. Try to lay down a bunt, pull it back. 0-1. Brett Williams in today's game is 1 for 4. Had a single to lead things off in the top of the first, but has been held hitless ever since as he swings through the Jacob Ladley pitch. 0-2. Sun is dwindled down here at Bob Bren. Not nightness yet. It's not nighttime yet, as still see the blue sky. Lights have been turned on at Bob Wren. Clouds passing by as Jacob Ladley has the 0-2 count on Brett Williams. The pitch is on the inside corner. Strike 3 called. It's the first strikeout of the ball game. It happens in the top of the ninth, and it belongs to Jacob Ladley. Xenia Scouts go down quietly in the top of the ninth. Copperheads will try to tie or take the lead and walk it off in the bottom of the ninth inning. When we return, it's the Xenia Scouts 5, the Southern Ohio Copperheads 4. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieO's.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women. Footwear that invites you to live.
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
It all comes down to the bottom of the ninth inning at Bob Bren Stadium, where the Xenia Scouts have a one-run lead. It's Zach Iverson, and since Iverson's changed his walk-up song, the Mason Ramsey verse of the third remix of Old Town Road, Zach Iverson is 3 for 3 on the day with a walk. We'll look for hit number 4 here today against Jared Couch as the first pitch misses inside for ball 1. Iverson singles in the first, the 5th, and the 7th. Has not scored a run. As Couch from the stretch, the 0-1, taken down the middle for a called strike, 1-1. Taking a look around the league, how this game impacts everything else. Bottom of the ninth inning, 1 out. Cincinnati Steam 2 outs away from securing a victory against the Richmond Jazz, and for the moment, they'd be in the lead as a fastball runs inside to Zach Iverson, puts a count of 2 balls and 1 strike. But Cincinnati Steam will have sole possession of first for either an hour or a day, depending on what the Licking County Settlers do. Settlers giving up 2 hits to the Hamilton Joes, but nothing more. Scored 1 run in the top of the second as Zach Iverson pops one sky high. Tossing the mask is the catcher Goodwin, but the third baseman Wilson will call everyone off and make the catch. 1 down here in the bottom of the ninth inning.
Yeah, Iverson is taking a big swing, getting way underneath that one. You know, you want to get the leadoff guy on, but you still only need a run here to keep this ball game going. You got 1 out, and you got 3, 4, and 5 coming up. Fabic been your best hitter all season long, so if there's anyone who's going to spark a rally, it's going to be this guy.
Well, Sebastian Fabic 1 for 4 in today's ball game. Had his first hit of the series in his last at-bat in the bottom of the 7th. 1 down, bottom 9. Scouts 5, Copperheads 4. But yeah, the Licking County Settlers, if everything goes the same as it is, Settlers would tie the Cincinnati Steam for the lead. And then the Copperheads would remain in third place. But a first pitch swing and a miss by Sebastian Fabic. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, well, they'd be in first place for at least 3 days with the All-Star break coming up, the 15th through the 17th.
And then it will be a crucial series for the Copperheads that will make or break the season. As a 1-1 curveball in for a called strike. Fabic down to his final strike. But Licking County comes to town starting on Thursday, Friday, Saturday series. And then on the road to the Richmond Jazz. Copperheads could only hope that they need a win in that series as a 1-2 pitch outside, 2-2.
Nice eye there from Fabic. Pitch way outside on that 1-2.
Now Copperheads could beat a team ahead of them. That would be the Licking County Settlers in the next series as the 1-2 pitch swung on, pop fly, back over the press box and out of play. Count remains at 1-2.
Yeah, got a breaking ball on the inside part of the plate there. Did a nice job spoiling it. That's a tough pitch to do anything with unless you really get around on it. But he's able to get just a piece and stay alive.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Sebastian Fabic trying to keep the Copperheads alive, and he will for another pitch. As the pitch from Couch bounces low and away. Fabic will stretch a little the right-hand batter's box, shake it off, touch the plate, and get ready to go again. Jared Couch touches the rosin bag behind the mound here at Bob Wren as he's ready for the 2-2 pitch. The pitch from Couch, line drive deep down the line in left field, back at the wall, and this game is tied. It is out of here. Sebastian Fabic ties this ball game up at 5 apiece. The Copperheads will not go down. 1 run away from taking the lead, but Sebastian Fabic ties it up in the bottom of the 9th inning. His 3rd home run of the season, and it comes in a big spot.
Who said this kid was cooling off? See, none of that as he launches that one out the left field, clears the netting down the line. The only question was if it was going to be fair or foul, but that ball stays fair down the line. We got ourselves a tie ball game, and the Copperheads looking good here. They still got the middle of the order coming up with 1 away. See if they can continue to rally and win this ball game. But what an at-bat there from Fabic.
Sebastian Fabic's 3rd home run of the season ties up the ball game here at Bob Wren Stadium against the Xenia Scouts. We're tied at 5. As the first pitch to Tanner Glass was swung on and fouled off towards the right side, 0-1. The paid crowd of 285 fans were on their feet for Sebastian Fabic as the 0-1 pitch taken outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. But Tanner Glass, he's got some pop, doesn't have a home run this season, but has driven the ball deep a couple times as a 1-1 pitch taken low and away, 2 balls and 1 strike. Copperheads all game long have been waiting for a hit as big as Fabic's. It puts a charge into the ball game as a 2-1, again taken outside. 3 straight balls on the outside part of the plate, all for balls. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, and if on this pitch here, if you're Tanner Glass, this 3-1 pitch, it's got to be right in your happy zone if you're swinging at this pitch. We've mentioned before, Couch can be a little bit wild, so you don't want to chase a ball out of the zone here and keep him alive in the at-bat.
Now the 3-1 pitch taken for a ball 4. Copperheads have a 1-out base runner here in the bottom of the 9th inning, trying to get the walk-off win and keep this game alive, keep the postseason hopes alive. And after the walk, there'll be a call to the bullpen. Jared Couch's day is done after he walks Tanner Glass. Tanner Johnson will be at the plate when we return. We'll introduce a new pitcher and more as this game is tied at 5. 5 for the Scouts, 5 for the Copperheads. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with Ohio Realty. She will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give us a call at 594-8385.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
It's the bottom of the ninth inning. Sebastian Fabic breathes a little life into this ball game. It's tied at 5. Fabic with a game-tying home run off of Jared Couch. Couch's day is done. He goes 2 1/3, allowed 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 2 walks and 2 strikeouts as Samuel Willis is on the mound now for the Xenia Scouts. At the plate, Tanner Johnson. Johnson today 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. First pitch to Johnson misses on the outside batter's box and left-handed batter's box, 1-0. But for Johnson, 2 flyouts to center field and grounded out to third base on a fielder's choice. The third baseman touched the bag as a 1-0 is taken in for a ball low. 2 balls and no strikes. Samuel Willis on the season, 1 win, 2 losses. A 10.22 ERA, has started in 4 games, but has been in relief appearance for 5, make this one 6. As the check over to Tanner Glass on first, he goes back standing, wasn't too far off the bag. But Samuel Willis, no saves on the season in 25 1/3 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts, 18 walks, and has given up 44 hits. In his last outing against the Southern Ohio Copperheads came on July 13th, so he pitched in yesterday's game as the fastball misses outside. All have been pitches either low or in the outside other batter's box. 3 balls and no strikes. But against the Copperheads, pitched an inning, allowed 2 runs, 1 earned, gave up 2 hits, and a strikeout for his stat line as the fastball hits the outside corner. Tanner Johnson thought about swinging but elected not to. It's just a 3-1 count now with 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth inning.
Yeah, and I thought he might get ball 4 on that one, but pitch catch the outside corner. You had to assume Johnson was probably taking until he got a strike given the situation.
The 3-1 pitch to Johnson, line drive out into center field. Falling Bass, first step was back, and it falls down for a base hit. Advancing to second base is Tanner Glass, and on first with a single is Tanner Johnson. The Copperheads keep on moving here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Runners on first and second base with 1 out and a base hit away from the game-winning hit.
Well, not the hardest hit ball by Johnson, but just enough to muscle it out there into center field. Looked like Eaton might have had a beat on it, but of course he didn't want to risk diving and having that ball get away with him with the game-winning run. Being out there on base is now probably a smart move from Coach Dunphy. Puts Ty Krittenberger out at second to pinch run for Tanner Glass. So getting a little more speed out there. If you can get a ball into the outfield, a base hit, and try to win this one.
So Krittenberger now is on second base. He is the walk-off win. He's the game-winning run as he stretches on second, running for Tanner Glass. As at the plate, Phil Glasser. Glasser came into the day batting .260 and is currently batting at .262. Is 1 for 3 with 1 run scored, a walk and a strikeout. As the first pitch, line drive out into right field, and that will do it. Rounding third and heading for home is Ty Krittenberger. It's a walk-off RBI single for Phil Glasser, and the Copperheads win the ball game. The Copperheads 6, the Xenia Scouts 5. Copperheads will at least remain in third place in the GLSCL. The Copperheads win 6-5, picking up the win in today's ball game. In relief is Jacob Ladley, and taking the losing end is Samuel Willis. A walk-off victory. Copperheads, they had the lead in the bottom of the second inning, gave it up, but have then since trailed until the bottom of the ninth. What a victory for Southern Ohio in today's game.
Well, you said it best there, Connor. What a victory. Just one of the best ball games we've seen played by the Copperheads this season. You know, just got to love the fight. These guys have been through a lot of adversity so far this year, losing so many guys, but they keep on battling back. Glasser, first ball swing, he ropes that one down the right field line. You knew Krittenberger was going to score all the way. Just what a gritty comeback win, and they're going to at least stay in third place, if not jump higher, depending on results of the other games. But just what a victory. That's a big one for this team heading into the All-Star break.
Unbelievable battle from Austin Dunphy's crew out on the field today. A 6-5 victory. Really propelled on the day. Daniel Cruz, he had a huge day at the plate, was 4 for 4 on the day, had a home run, 2 RBIs, sprinkled in a couple singles. But man, oh man, Copperheads, first sweep of a South Division team of the year. They win today's game 6-5, take the series, all 3 games from the Xenia Scouts, and will head into All-Star break riding high. Once again, your final, Copperhead 6, Scouts 5. Phil Glasser with the walk-off RBI single that scored Ty Krittenberger. We'll be right back in the postgame. For Joey Medora, this is Connor Mills signing off. We'll see you in a couple minutes. Ball Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.ballgreenmortine.com.
You will be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with the free complimentary breakfast, high-definition television in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi. In addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens, live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com. Instagram or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room in Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs, develops, and markets hardworking boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live.
So I'm here with Coach Dunphy after the thrilling walk-off 6-5 win to sweep the Xenia Scouts. Coach, you guys have been through all kinds of adversity this summer. Just talk about how well-deserved this one is for your guys battling back in the ninth inning like that.
Man, those guys stuck with it all 9 innings. We went down early and then went down a little bit more almost right after that. Those guys battled, and they've been battling their tails off all summer long. Inning after inning, we screwed up a little bit early in the season. Kind of let our foot off the gas early on in ball games. Those guys learn from moments like that, and that's exactly why we're here for the summer. Those guys, man, I can't say enough about the team we have in our dugout this year. We've been battling, seems like one thing after another, guys leaving for the summer, getting hurt, not showing up to begin with. And we get to Cincinnati last week, and we have 14 players in our dugout. That's pitchers included.
Right.
So it's been stacked against us all summer long, and those guys have been grinding away, playing hard, enjoying the game, and finding a way to win. And today is a perfect example of the way our summer has gone.
So ask you about Jack Bennett a little bit. Got off to a little bit of a rough start, but was able to tough it out for you, give it 8 strong innings, kept you in the ball game, give you a chance to win. How encouraging was that to see?
It was nice. I think he was a little bit in shock. He hadn't thrown all summer. Last Well, this past Tuesday was his first outing of the summer. He hadn't been off a mound in a while. So it's asking a little bit much of a guy to bounce back within 5 days to start again after throwing 7-8 innings his last time out, only being here for 5 days. It was a little bit of a rocky start. His pitch count was really high through the first 2 to 3 innings, and then he settled in, and our defense was making plays behind him. We had four double plays today, I think, which kept his pitch count lower than I thought it would have been after the first few innings, and he was able to pitch 8 somehow. He was up to 50 pitches through 3 innings, something like that. Like, it seemed like he was going to gas out there soon, and it seemed like the longer the game went on, the better he got, and that's exactly what you want to see out of a guy who's going to be your top 3 that you're going to have to depend on with a playoff push and then moving into the playoffs when we get there. So encouraging to see him take it on the chin a little bit and then regroup, devise a little bit of a plan, and throw those guys a little off balance and find a way to grind out 8 innings, which was huge because then it left us 1 inning to work with Jacob Bladley coming out there. Another great ad this week. The 2 of those guys, can't say enough about them and the rest of our ball club.
So that 8th inning, was it a tough decision there? You had the first 2 runners on with nobody out. Did the sacrifice come into play at all through your mind?
Yeah. We had Gammon coming in that spot, and I pinch hit Trahey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kicking myself a little bit. That's 100% textbook bunt situation. No outs, runners on first and second. He ends up striking out. Like, man. And then we had a couple plays right after that, which would have scored us a run. So I had a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth after that. But, man, Trahey's a good kid. He's a good hitter. And I was a little bit too greedy. I kind of wanted to win it right then and there.
Right.
I had a feeling he was going to punch a ball through a gap somewhere and score 2 instead of maybe just getting us 1. But it didn't work out that way, which is the way baseball goes sometimes. But it's a learning experience for me as well. But had I done that, we wouldn't have had the 9th inning that we had with Bash's Mammo bomb.
Yeah.
I've only seen a ball hit like that in that type of situation here one time. Was another OU player, Tony Giannini, walked one off. Carbon copy of what just happened. Couldn't happen to a better kid. He was struggling last few games, went 0 for 6 his last time out. Celebrated his 21st birthday, so decided to give him a break yesterday, and then he was struggling a little bit to start this game, and then our best hitters at the plate in the biggest inning of our season so far. And still, despite him not having a hit in a while, I wouldn't rather have anybody at the plate in that moment. And he proved why he's one of the best players in this league.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, you covered everything I had for you without me asking, so I appreciate it. Congrats on the victory. Heading into the All-Star break. When we return, it'll be Connor Mills with the Dan Inman Electric Player of the Game, Phil Glasser, at the walk-up single right here on the Copperheads Media Network.
Welcome back into the Southern Ohio Copperheads postgame show. I'm joined by the Dan Inman Player of the Game. There is no question about it. The walk-off win belongs to Phil Glasser. Phil, take me through the at-bat. Down for the majority of the game, Sebastian Fabic hits that game-tying home run. There's runners on first and second base. Krittenberger comes in to pinch run for Glass, and then you're at the plate.
Yep. I was just looking for a pitch I could drive, really something over the middle. Not trying to do too much, and just trying to put a good swing on the ball, and wherever it goes, you got to live with that result. Luckily, it didn't go to someone, so able to get the walk off. Yeah.
Now, Jack Bennett has gone the deepest he's gone to start, just making his second start of the year. How big is it for these guys to just kind of come into this team knowing that you're in a playoff push right now? How big is it to get these new guys and they're making an impact this early?
Well, Jack Bennett, he's my guy. We played summer ball together the last 3 years, so I called him up last week when we were down on pitching, and once he said yes, I was thrilled because I knew the type of kid he was. He was going to come in, compete those strikes, and that's exactly what he's been doing.
Yeah, he's competed, went 8 innings. Copperheads put up 6 runs in today's game. You get the first series sweep of the season against the Xenia Scouts. How much do you guys down in the box and out in the dugout, are you guys paying attention to the other teams in the league? Are you paying attention to what's going on, or are you just taking this day by day?
I mean, we're definitely paying attention, what's going on, but, we all know that, to get to the playoffs doesn't matter what anyone else does if we don't win. So, I think, our big focus is just, trying to win each game and, hopefully everything will take care of itself.
You have a long break, All-Star week, before getting back in action on Thursday against the Licking County Settlers, the final home series of the season. What are you going to do from now until then to reverse the results that happened against the Settlers, the first series of the year?
I think, we're going to throw more strikes. I think we're going to get ahead of the count. We opened with them, right? Yeah. So, that was our first series. Didn't really know each other that much. Our team's bonded a lot. The chemistry in the dugout's awesome, and I just think if we just play how we do and, we'll have our guys on the mound, I think that'll be enough to beat the Settlers and at least compete.
The Dan Inman player of the game, the electric player of the game, Phil Glasser. Phil, congratulations. Hell of a job out there today, Phil. The Southern Ohio Copperheads walk-off victory against the Xenia Scouts, the final 6-5 in favor of Southern Ohio, the first sweep of the season for the Copperheads. Copperheads going into All-Star break will be back in action. 7:05 start against the Licking County Settlers at Bob Wren Stadium this Thursday. For Phil Glasser, Joe Medora, and Austin Dunphy, I'm Connor Mills, signing off.